even get a bronze.
Quick question.
Fucking losers.
Apart from Mother Mary, are there any statues of women?
Yeah, I don't know. There's probably one or two. Maybe two max.
Let's tear them down. We should tear them down.
Do we still do Telegram?
Oh, shit. I should do it.
Haven't done it for like 10 episodes.
No, I think I haven't done it for about 30 episodes. Let's be honest.
What was that for sticking whole potatoes up his ass to turn himself into a potato full of potatoes?
It's like a turducken, but it's a petardin.
Does that mean that he's Paddy persuasive?
He is Paddy
Is Paddy persuasive?
Yeah.
Are we telling this story? Is this the most ridiculous story we're about to tell?
It's so funny.
no idea what
It's
you're
like you
saying.
try and relate it, but it's mushroom talk, so it's the most retarded shit.
It is retarded shit, and I don't know. Like, it was hilarious at the time, and to be honest, it's still fucking hilarious to me now. But the idea is
I'll tell you how it started out.
What?
Is that Normie basically was sitting on the couch and he had a pillow
behind me, and it was fucking annoying me. So I pulled it out and passed it on. And Josh was like, "Oh, it's all sweaty," and I was like, "It's not sweaty, man. It's suede." So when you like push it one way, it's darker.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, it's like I was sweaty, but the pillow wasn't. I was like,
"Ugh."
and everyone was like, "Oh, disgusting." Like, it's suede. And then Josh was like, "Oh yeah, fucking liar."
I was like, yeah, Suede. I was like, you're very, very persuasive.
Yeah, very persuasive, and then it became this like patchy. He's like, "You're
And that was
Patrick
before you were a
persuasive," and then that turned into Paddy persuasive, who he's a little Irish leprechaun who persuades you out of your potatoes, and he started the Irish famine.
Yeah, he actually was but it got to the point where he's so persuasive that you wouldn't even have any stew in your pot. He'd just have Suede in there and he'd have it brushed the right way so it looked wet.
Yeah, so
and,
look, yeah.
and the whole Irish...
This is definitely mushroom talk.
Oh yeah, it was fucking retarded, but it was the whole Irish famine came out of this little Irish leprechaun persuading you out of your potatoes. Give me your fucking potatoes.
Give me your fucking... We were saying we'll start this as a conspiracy theory that this is what started, that they're lying to us. And
it's not a conspiracy theory. It's true.
That is true, actually. Sorry, I'm mistaken. It was definitely not. Give me your fucking potatoes.
That was one of the best bucks I've ever been to, but
That was great. You know why? Because all it was a bunch of mates just hanging out talking shit.
No fucking women. That's the big one. Fuck strippers. Fuck all that shit.
I think
Just
I was
the
talking
lads,
about
man.
it. I reckon like the only good like strippers don't do it
Yeah.
because the buck just gets humiliated, gets cream and fucking wax all over him. He
Well,
doesn't have a good time, right?
Yeah.
But if you get topless or naked waiters that serve beers, I'm all good with that.
But, like,
They still want to talk to you.
Yeah, they do.
And it's like, go away.
They
But
don't
you
have
know,
to.
I don't. Where did
Can
this
you
whole
pay them
thing?
more to shut up?
Shut up, yeah. Just fucking put
But
tape
where did
over
this
their
whole
mouth.
thing come from? That you're like, you got to get strippers and this and that. And it's like, oh, it's your last night as a single man. It's like, most people haven't been single in years.
Yeah.
At the point
You're not
getting married.
single.
you're not fucking them.
Yeah.
So you just want to have a night with the boys and have the biggest blowout you possibly can.
Do you want to end up with a cold sore for your wedding because some stripper put a dirty mutt in your face? No.
It's funny because I've never got the.
I don't really like strippers, but I think the topless or the naked waiter thing is all right. Because they'll just
Bambi's
get you
probably
beers,
the only
man.
stripper I like on this planet that I've ever met. Who? Bambi.
And she fingers dogs,
Yeah.
so you know.
And that's why I like
That's
it.
why we like her, yeah.
Yeah.
Bambi's
She kept
actually-
sending me fucking Snapchats of her fucking towing her dog and shit. I'm like, all right, stop. I don't want to see this shit.
Yeah, you're like, stop it. No, I don't want to see it. Send more.
Bambi's good because she's a good laugh, and she's got a good banter and a good sense of humor. She's actually got a personality where I find a lot of strippers you meet are just I don't know
Brain dead.
crackheads or
Yeah,
not all of them I guess, but
A good 99.99%.
and also it's the Bucks party, right? You're with all your mates. You just want to have a night with all your mates. I don't even want randoms there. It's just best when it's just all your mates. So Sammy rips out a bag of mushrooms.
Oh, dude, and he's walking around. He had a fucking like kilo bag of mushies, and he's walking around like it's fucking jerky.
Kilo? Jesus.
Dude, the bag was like that.
It
big,
was an
man.
ounce.
It was there you go.
Yeah,
It
about
was
that.
an ounce bag of mushies, and he's walking around. He's like
giving
cracked the
people-
top, and he's just like jerky.
Eating
Blah, blah,
like-
blah, blah.
Dude, they were so strong.
I had 3, and I think I was one of the first to get into them because instantly like within 20 minutes, I was like way too fucked to be having conversations with people. And I'd be talking to someone and then it'd be like, I'm wigging out. What's going on? They're like, this is just a normal conversation. I'm like, cool. Doesn't feel like it to me. And they're like, are you all right? And I was like, I had 3 munchies. And I was like, these are hectic. And everyone's like, oh, I've just had 2. And I was like, have another. I was like, trust. It's good, but like, you need to meet me here.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to be the
You're all
weird
like
one who's all like fucking wigging out.
Yeah.
Being all like anxious and nervous and weird because I'm on a different realm. You know?
Well, Matt, he was that at least WA strippers are good looking. Wow. Some are, that's for sure, yeah. Queensland strippers have mess-stained teeth and the most bacteria-infested cunts ever.
Sounds like you need to move to WA, Matt.
Yeah, there is some pretty hot ones, to be honest. There is. Some of them do look pretty methed out, though.
Most of them. Remember the fucking the topless waitress you got for the album launch party?
That didn't do anything?
She just drank all the beers. It was just like, why are you here?
And she got offended when you'd ask her to get you a beer. Like, I went to get a beer, and Lindsay's like, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then went to get her.
I had to fucking call her out because like some dude, I don't even know who he was. He goes, Drew, yeah, I wanted the stripper to get me a beer, and she's not getting me a beer. Like, it was so nice. And I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah, I don't know. And I go, fuck that shit.
Yeah, 100%.
I walked on, what the fuck are you doing, cunt?
It's not even that. It's like, I paid you money.
Yeah.
Do the job.
Yeah.
I had this, one of the Austell boys left, and we had drinks at one of the boys' houses afterwards, like as a send-off. And he'd been there years and years, so the boys hustled together to get him a stripper. And I didn't know until I got there. And then they were like, $50. I was like, for what? And they're like, tits. And I was like, for fuck's sake, yeah, whatever.
And you have to do it.
You have to do it because you're there. I was like, yep. And then when she gets there, because I was pissed off I had to pay, and I didn't, there's no heads up.
Yeah.
I was just like, I had a bottle of Jack's and Coke, and I went to her and I was like, Jack's is in the fridge, next to it's a Coke. When this gets this full, fucking fill it up. And the boy's like, whoa. And I was like, no, I paid for this.
Yeah.
This is what's fucking happening. And she was a trooper. She was straight onto it. She was actually,
nice.
she's still a stripper. So she's like, oh, what's going on? I'm like, fuck off. But like, yeah. Focus on this. You don't need to know anything about me.
Yeah.
All right? Like, just
100%.
go entertain all the meatheads who are just like, oh, tits. And I'm just going to drink.
Like, what kind of fucking awesome conversation are you going to have with a fucking stripper anyway? Like, what do you expect the conversation's going to be? Yeah. So my tits and my cunt? Yeah. Basically, that's what's happening with me.
Yeah.
It's like,
Agus Liam's comment there sent me to Queensland.
Queensland? Yeah, right. There used to be, so I did my apprenticeship in Welshpool, and there's a place in Cudale, something Cudale Hotel, blah, blah, one of them.
Yeah.
And they always had tits on the Friday, so we'd go down.
The Redcliffe or something.
Oh, it was dodgy as fuck. And like, you'd go in there and some of them, it's like 45-year-old mums that have had 5 kids, and like shit like that. And you're like, I don't want you to get your tits out.
Yeah.
Put them away, please.
James's comments fucking on point there with the Ship and Dock Inn.
What?
So the Ship and Dock Inn is a pub that's at fucking Henderson. And the only reason anyone drinks there is because it is a fucking stone throw from any company down on the strip for shipbuilding and that. And dude, like it apparently in its heyday used to be better. Fuck knows when that was. It must have been 1 billion years ago before bricks were even invented. But like, the chicks
Before
there,
ships and docks were invented.
yeah, literally, when everyone was fucking just hollowing out trees. Yeah, so, dude, honestly, just the roughest bitches work there. Like, they're horrible, man. And then you can tell, like, you can see cesarean scars and shit. The funny thing is, my supervisor, his misso tried to ban him from going there.
Oh,
I used to be like, let's go for a beer at the fucking shippo. And he's just like, nah, the misso gets really pissed off. I'm like, okay, just tell her we've gone somewhere else. And he's like, no, just in case. And I was just like, mate, like, what is she worried about? And he's like, the skimpies. And I was like, send her a photo of one of them. Or take one of the cards and show her what she's competing with. And you won't hear a fucking thing about it. Trust me.
Yeah.
Like competing with some fucking clapped out bitch in her 30s with a cesarean scar and a shit accent. Like trying to pull off a Pommy accent to seem like exotic, but she's just Kunana scum.
I might go there.
Yeah.
This sounds.
I think Liam's keen. Liam's
we should just
Queensland and WA, beautiful. I'm there.
We should just rent the most horrid stripper we can find. And then
10 Mile Tab and dude, that's another
Monster.
quality pub.
Yeah, right.
If the only good thing about the 10 Mile Tav is there's a fucking deli, like a lunch bar.
I think
next
is that
to
the
it.
one
That-
kind of on like a corner like this, and it's just in the middle of a sub, like out
It's-
towards the hills, sort of.
No,
Oh,
it's on
no,
Stock
that's-
Road. If you
Oh.
go south on Stock
Oh,
Road
okay.
after Russell Road
Oh.
and before fucking
There's a last drop out there as well. The last drop.
The last drop's in
That's-
Belia that you're thinking of, I think.
There's a few of them around.
on Belia Drive, but
Yeah.
fucking 10 Mile Tav, man, is like it is rough as dog's balls. Also, the most expensive bottle, same as Ship and Dock. The Ship and Dock bottle, like if you go there to get a 4-pack, you're looking at like $40 for like premixes. It's
4.
What?
yeah, dude, they're fucking ridiculous. I got 2 cartons from there once. It was like $140 for like single fin, man. It was a fucking joke.
Also, single fin is a shit beer. Right?
It's a good session beer.
You like
I
it?
will back single fin.
I just-
if I want to drink a billion of something, it's single fin
Really?
or Creatures for sure,
Oh.
man. Creatures
feel
Pale
like-
and single fin is a great session.
I
beer.
just feel like their beers have gone so downhill. Both those. Like,
They're not what they used to be, but
do you
but they're
remember
good
when
to, like,
Creatures-
just have a million of?
Well, do you remember when Creatures first opened and how good that Bright Ale was? Man, I'd never had beers like it. Like,
The best thing about Creatures is still they're like seasonals. And it's like James Squire does the same. Like you go to James Squire, the actual like place where they still brew seasonals, and the seasonals kick the shit out of any other thing
it's
that's
just,
kegged.
there's something happens to beers when they mass produce. I don't think you can actually make them well when they're mass
I don't think you can, yeah.
So, Matt Hibble said a sick fuck. I went to TAFE with ate a Mars bar out of a stripper's cunt and head, huh?
And had the most
and
herpes.
had the most herpes infested mouth the following week.
It can't look like it was shitting.
Why would you go? Why would you do that?
Oh.
Even if she asked you to, you'd be like, nope, not doing it.
So
The worst skippies at 10 Mile looks like dried Woolies chooks.
bro,
They come out with just little fucking arms like this. And
Now,
like,
there's
"Who
some
wants to
pretty
go?"
fucking bad ones when you go to like, I went to, for my birthday, I was in Pattaya of
We
all
should
places.
do an episode at 10 Mile Tav and just rip on the skimpies for like 3 hours.
And-
Sorry, you're in
and-
Pattaya.
Yeah, for my birthday. And the chick that I was with, she was from Bangkok. She goes, well, we'll go out for your birthday. And I'm like, all right, fair. Where are we going to go? She's like, we'll go to this restaurant and have dinner. I'm like, all right. And then she goes, and afterwards we'll go strippers. And I'm like, yeah, all right.
Why?
Well, she actually wanted to see him. I didn't really, but she did.
Oh,
So I'm like,
happy birthday for her, I guess.
Yeah, I
like,
know.
they'd be filthy
Dude,
there.
it was
That's
the
why I
weirdest
hate
fucking
women,
thing.
because she's like, it's happy birthday. What do
Yeah.
you want to do? What I want to do? Sweet, lock it in.
yeah, so we went to this one and it was like off the main strip, so anything fucking goes. And so we walk in there and there's literally like chicks fucking 69ing and fucking all sorts of crazy shit.
Just
They
in the
got
middle of the street?
In the in the bar.
Oh, in the bar,
club. And then
Which looks like the street.
basically
Yeah, 'cause it's
and
potato.
there's rats and shit. Like, no.
Yeah, hot. You're
The
like,
strippers are rats.
no, you
Getting their ratty
you're
tits
there
out.
gathering rats, just throwing rats at them instead of dollar bills.
Yeah.
They do ping pong shows with rats.
Nah, they didn't
rats
do ping
run out.
pong, but they did. Yeah. Well, that is a thing. Haven't you seen that?
What?
They literally shove mice up.
It's
fucked up.
I've heard
You haven't seen that?
And,
No.
and
I've seen
birds
it.
and shit.
Birds, yeah.
I've
Feel
heard.
sorry for them.
Why do people go to them?
Because they're a
It
joke.
is.
They're a,
To watch
they're-
a rat get eaten by a giant pussy.
Yeah, but the,
I mean,
the pussies are like
it's in the name.
45-year-old, 50-year-old women. They're
Well,
not
I
like
You go to
white
the club,
birds
the
at all.
club's just called bird eating pussies, and you're like, let's go.
They've started doing heaps
You
different
just
shit.
walk in with an ostrich, you're like, I've got a challenge for you, love. Get a cassowary up here.
Cash Peterson goes, challenge
Pterodactyl.
accepted.
Like, finish your story.
Albatross. Yeah.
Albatross.
Oh, yeah, anyway, so I was in there and there were some hot ones, but there's some fucking terrible ones. Like, it's a mix. It's a mix of like, there'll be like hot 22-year-old ones. They've all got fake tits because, fake tits cost $5 over there. So
Yeah.
some of them are like
You
one's
get them
here
in
and one's
cereal
here.
boxes, though.
I'd get a bear for that.
Yeah, just for the weekend.
Yeah, but they're all like these ones and these ones.
Oh man,
Fucking like-
some of them there's like literally you could land a plane in between their fucking tits.
and not even take the wings off. Yeah.
And there was this like pretty average fucking one, and I didn't know. She went up and told the fucking bar staff it was my birthday.
Oh no.
So yeah, so this fucking average chick, like she wasn't very good.
So
comes
she
out
was
with
into you, obviously.
with a fucking birthday cake.
Yeah.
I was like, where did that come from in a strip club? Like, I don't know if I want to eat this. Like, this is fucked
From
up.
a toppy.
Yeah, the cream
It's a
on the
tuppy
cake is
cake.
just fucking
Robin Williams made it
And
up.
so, I was like, everyone's like singing happy birthday. About 100 strippers all singing happy birthday. I was like, this is fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, whatever. So I fucking ate my little birthday cake and everything. And then we got kicked out because she was taking videos of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was like, oh, this is awesome. And I'm like, you can't do that. And she's like, what do you mean? I go,
You cannot.
You cannot
do that.
take
I love
videos.
it how they draw a line in places like this in the sand. Like, you've got no morals or any standards whatsoever, and you're like, oh, you can't film. But there's people blowing rats out of their tuppies and fucking probably eating their own shit. And they're like,
Dude,
nah.
there was
Because
one
they still
where
want to
there's
be
like
able
a-
to go out during the day, and they're like, "What are you doing?" You're like, "Nothing."
There's one where there was
I'm
two
a stay-at-home
levels,
mum.
and there was
I've never
a
eaten shit.
There was I guess we call it a bath. It was like a perspex thing in the roof.
Yeah.
And there was two chicks in there, and it was all oil, and they're like wrestling around
yeah.
in the oil, and you're looking up, and like you can see everything of them doing that in the thing.
And
then
oil's
like
just slowly dripping.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And then there's a guy, right? There's guys that go around constantly looking for the police because they'll get fucked if they're like doing shit like dildos and all that shit. So they just constantly walking around looking out for police. And when police come, they come in and go, hey! So all the chicks put their tops back on, all their shit back on because the cops are coming.
Oi,
And then as
dude.
soon as they fucking cop leaves, tits back out again. So yeah.
Did you know in Korea, South Korea, tattooing is illegal?
What?
Yeah.
South Korea.
Yes.
Why?
So the couple like Mitch, you know Mitch, like tattooer Mitch, he's one of Jimmy's mates.
Oh,
He tattoo-
Siddharuk. Yeah.
So Mitch was saying they got a couple Korean guys tattooing at their shop, and yeah, it's fully illegal. They have like speakeasies basically
How
for
the fuck
tattooing.
do they even become tattoo
Does
artists
that mean
in
you can
Korea?
get arrested for having a tattoo?
I don't
Because
know.
you've potentially, you've participated in a crime.
Well, I heard that
right?
they definitely treat you like a piece of shit. Like you won't get a job.
Yeah,
you've got
it was like
tattoos.
Japan. If you got
Yeah.
tattoos in Japan, they're pretty much like Yakuza.
Yeah,
awesome.
you're fucked.
Yeah.
You got no chance.
How weird is that? Like, this is,
And people won't talk to you either. Yeah.
Japan's such a very like. It's still very traditional
Yeah.
and so controlled. Like
Oh.
their ideologies, everything. It's so.
It is. And then there's this one weird ass thing that doesn't make sense to me, right? And I saw it because I've been watching this Japanese guy who interviews expats and shit. Tells them like, what's weird about living in Japan? And
Everything.
yeah,
Conversation
and
over.
he was
Yeah.
asking this time. He wasn't asking expats. He was asking Japanese women, "Is it okay if your partner sees
a
an escort?"
prostitute. Yeah,
and they're
yeah,
like, "No problem, do
Yeah,
it."
they say it's not cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all. I saw that, and it's like, yeah, that's not cheating as long as there's no emotion.
No emotion, and they
But
go,
did
"I'd
chicks
rather
do
a
it?
prostitute than a fucking a girl he's chatting up."
Did
Like,
chicks do it?
yeah, I don't know.
Like the chicks go and get banged by
I'm not
male
sure.
hookers?
Well, surely, I mean, if they probably don't, but they must have that mentality of like, oh yeah, well if he does it, I can do it. But then they're like, I don't need to do that. That's
Yeah,
fine.
they probably. I mean, they're not as promiscuous, really. They can be, but yeah. So they allow it. So you can just go there, and if you're like, oh, I feel like fucking banging a whore, you just go and do it, and they're like, yeah, go for it. Like,
Just
have
go-
fun.
What if they came home? Then they're just banging a whore. They just like, how's the whore? Is she wet?
Yeah, they're
Was
like,
she tighter than me?
Not,
Yeah.
not
Nah,
even,
not really.
Not even. They just see it happen. They pop in. They're like, dinner in 20.
Hurry up and come.
Come in 15.
Yeah.
Give
You
yourself
better
5
come.
minutes to clean up.
So we should introduce that into Australia as well, just so we can.
I'm pretty sure you've been trying to introduce that for
Yeah.
years, Drew.
I have. It's not working, but I'm still trying.
Yeah, it's definitely a different society, Japan. You know why? It's
Get
because like
bashed by Yakuza.
they,
Really?
That must be
Wouldn't you
hard.
just get killed by Yakuza? Like
Send us
Your
the
fingers
link,
cut off?
Bunta. Hey, Bunta, send the link to our Facebook.
TikTok going around Japan causing shit, getting bashed by Yakuza. TikTok kid.
Yeah. Send us a link, Bunta, and we'll have a look.
Well, what
Have
about
a
that
gaze.
fucking guy in Compton and shit? You seen that guy? I've seen a few videos of him. That he
Where he,
just
like,
goes up to like
outgangsters people?
full G's and just
Yeah,
starts.
bro.
pulls
He just
his
stares
pants
him-
down.
No, he just stares
oh,
him
that
down.
guy, yeah,
Yeah,
the
he
Mexican guy.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
stares him
Last
down.
one he said, "You want to get cut?" He kept saying, "You want to get cut," and they're like, "I'm going to fuck you up." He goes, "I'm in haircut." And he pulls out like a thing to like cut his hair. Like fucking hell, man. He's
Yeah, I've
got
seen
some
that.
balls,
dude.
eh?
You'd have to have a fucking huge set of balls. to
Oh
do
man,
that.
they've pulled pieces of heaps of times. Like there was one where he starts running. The guy pulls his gun out, but he drops it. So he would have been shot if he fucking kept.
The guy probably can't aim though if he's fucking.
Or when you're
dropping it.
shooting like this, like
Yeah,
what?
and when you're off your head on fentanyl as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently fentanyl's made its way here.
yeah.
Yeah, apparently fentanyl's like getting cut up in some of the stuff here.
They cut it in coke. That's the fuck thing.
Yeah, that's the last thing you need. I'm trying to have fun here, and then it's like, oh, cool. I'm.
What is
ODing.
the what is
Fucking
fentanyl like? What
Yeah, it's like synthetic heroin, but way stronger.
Oh,
That's what you need, like
a
you need
a
like
microgram can kill you.
and they'll like there's just instances that I remember reading an article about it was just on one night in New York City and they're in a club there and a bad batch got sold and over 70 people OD'd.
Yeah.
In one night.
Because literally a microgram will kill you. And you see how the junkies cut it. They got fucking no idea. They're just like, bit of that, bit of this.
Yeah, and how do you know how strong?
How do you measure a microgram? You can't. You literally can't, man.
I think as well. I reckon that they deliberately do. You know, like the CIA push drugs through the fucking inner cities and shit. You wouldn't put it past them just doing the same thing to like kill people, cause it. They're always doing shit like that.
Yeah. All right, let's watch this.
Liam Webster said, "Seen people in the hood try the world's hottest chip, and by hood,
I'd like a microgram.
by hood, it looks like homeless people.
Just a midget grandma.
This is the short version of it. There's like an hour-long one.
No, thanks.
Man. Hot boy. Hey, that boy say he a hot boy. Hey, how you
He's not even chewing it.
already feel it? Okay. Oh,
Fuck, all right.
they said light work. Why you doing all that?
I bet hot.
I thought you said light work.
Hell nah.
Oh, you just lying.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it look like you tripping.
He's about to vomit.
Uh-oh.
Hey, it tastes good. So it's not that spicy or it's spicy?
Bitch.
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck?
Bitch.
Yeah, man, you can try that at your own risk, man. You feel me?
Hey, AWOL, another way of life, boy. Y'all get this. AWOL, another way of life. AWOL merch. That's what y'all get me at. AWOL merch.
It's fucking black.
Yeah.
Hey, go ahead. You
Fuck
heard,
that.
hey, you,
Right.
hey, you heard him, man. He said it ain't nothing, man.
AWOL, boy.
Gonna be good
AWOL,
if it's
another way of life,
black,
boy.
What the fuck did he just say?
He's still dying from the corn chip.
Stop playing. Stop playing. Hey, how you feeling?
Y'all got a water, you
Hey, just eat the whole thing. Hey, hold on. Hey, how you feeling?
Already feel it.
Hey, what you mean feeling?
Boy, getting hot already.
Getting hot?
blue, that mean cold.
Go ahead. Eat.
I got swallowed.
What the fuck? And it's blue as well.
Boy, you a man.
I know, you should try this one.
Yeah, I'll try it.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't got no water.
You wipe your face with that flag. I know so.
Doesn't seem to be affecting him that much.
Okay, AWOL.
He's cooked.
How you feeling?
The fentanyl just cancels it out. So you're not doing it.
Yeah.
Hell no, boy.
Hell now what? He hit the whole thing.
Look at all these basketball Americans, eh? How fucking shit are basketball
Who
Americans?
made that? Who came up with that?
I don't know.
Basketball Americans.
I don't know who came up with it, but I'll tip my hat to them. I'll tip my fedora to them. That's like I don't understand. Like I literally don't understand half the fucking things they say. Especially that black dude. Remember the one where you're like, what the fuck did he just say?
Yeah.
That's how like half of them talk. You're like,
Yeah,
no
because
wonder
it's,
you can't get a
is it
job and turn your
Ebonics?
life around,
Ebonics.
you stupid fuck.
It's called Ebonics, right? Ebonics? I've never looked up how you spell this.
It's called
Nick.
Nick.
Ebonics, African American English, especially when regarded as a language is in its own right rather than as a dialect of standard English.
What? Never heard of
What
it.
are some examples
African
of
American-
Ebonics?
like finna.
Ebonics.
Like
yeah,
finna.
finna is one. On now, know that honeybee doing.
I don't know what my friend is usually doing.
I asked Ruff, could she
no.
bring it over to Tom Crib? Well, I knew what that one was. I asked Ruth if whether she could bring it over to Tom's place. That's
they cut out like
just cut
heaps
out
of
words.
fucking connecting words.
yeah.
And it's like, oh, cool. So like, what do we like? deciphering war messages. Like, the fuck you
Dude,
doing?
it's
Just
like-
talk normally.
It's
cunt.
like
But we
the
do that
Irish,
with-
man. The Irish do it.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Yeah,
you
you
seen-
can't understand what they fucking say.
Paddy
You
Persuasive.
can understand the Irish.
Can ya?
You definitely can. It's like fucking
Maybe it's
Scots.
Scottish
It's
then, yeah.
Scots that are
Probably
fucked.
No, but dude, there's some Irish like the country people, and you can't. They're like, they're like,
That's
you can't.
true.
Well,
Because they
that's
actually
the
have
same
a
as
language,
Scots then,
don't they?
yeah.
Yes, the Scots.
They have a language.
What,
though, don't they?
Gaelic?
Oh,
Yeah.
Gaelic.
Must be.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's Gaelic. Yeah. The Scots will do that. Alexa can't understand Scots. Same as like
Really?
Syrian shit. They're like Scottish people are like,
hilarious.
I'm fucking talking to you, lad. And then it's
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah,
No
but
blue
like-
light, no fucking bing bing. What do you want?
I was getting
Nah.
a lot.
Yeah.
Like when you go when you travel to a country where they don't speak the English, and you're Australian,
Yeah.
it's a different twang than English or any of those. So a lot of the time they can't understand you. So you end up talking slow and more, what do you like, generic
And clearly, I
and
guess,
clearly.
yeah.
You still got your Aussie accent thing going, but like since I've been to a few countries where they don't speak English, I've figured out that if you go, hey man, how you going? What's happening? They're like, what?
Yeah.
So you go, hi, how are you?
Yeah.
And then they go, oh, now I know what you're saying.
Yeah, you're
You know what
like,
I mean?
sorry, I had to dumb it down for you.
Basically,
Like,
yeah, you have to.
Do you want the Sean and Marley version, or do you just want me to be authentically me?
Yeah.
You're like, sorry, I got to dumb it down to you moron who speaks 2 languages.
Yeah. Well, legit though.
Yeah,
like,
in
no,
your
because-
country
no,
where your language
dude,
isn't English, fucking learn it, cunt.
Most foreigners who come here understand us, no worries.
Oh,
If
well,
I'm going to be honest,
yeah,
like
maybe.
Definitely.
Well, the
I work with
was
heaps
saying-
of them. I work with like heaps of Filipinos. I can say
Filipinos.
anything to them, and they're just like,
I
yeah,
love
sweet,
it when
no
Yeah,
worries,
okay.
I
mate.
love when the Poms come here and say they can't understand us, and it's like that's the pot calling the kettle black,
yeah,
isn't it?
fucking oath.
It's just bullshit. It's just bullshit. Like I'm sorry. Like I understand we have different accents, but we're saying the same words.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you're
Like, and when-
speaking. I mean, all of us speak relatively fine. I think in Perth as well. I've noticed anyway. We do speak different from other like Adelaide has more
we
like
s-
Queen's English almost, and
Nah,
then like
Perth people speak the cleanest
Cleanest,
form of
I think
English.
so.
You go over
Yeah.
east, everyone's like, "Oh, no, be like it's fucked."
because
It's
it's
the worst.
amalgamated with fucking
It's
New
not even-
Zealanders and
It's not-
other.
It's not
Well,
even that, bro. It's just they're just shit cunts who can't speak
Well,
the language
Queensland's the
properly.
worst.
And then you've got the fucking Lebanese who are over there just like, "Hey, dickhead," and it's just like it's just
Queensland's
it's
the
a
worst.
it's a wild place.
Where
They
does
no one can understand Queenslanders.
I can understand Queenslanders, but you have to have a lot of patience because they
Queensland
talk
is hell ocker.
fucking
Yeah, next level.
slow as shit.
honest, I've
nothing
never had a
quickly
problem
happens in
under-
Queensland.
I've never had a problem understanding any Australian ever, unless
Neither.
they're a fucking
No.
junkie that you
Or
know.
they're drunk as
Yeah.
fuck.
yeah, so. But
No, but other people do.
Sorry,
because-
what'd you say?
Because a lot of people from other countries, if they're from a poorer countries, they learn their English from either English TV shows, American TV shows.
Yeah.
So then when you hear Australian, it catches them off because they're like, "What the fuck language is it?" Like I know it's English, but it sounds odd. So they got to get used to it.
Outback Truckers
Yeah.
TV show from WAS suburbs. And yeah, Sydney is the Leb influence for sure.
Oh yeah, maybe.
But just the classic Aussie from there. Like you know how like Americans when they try and do an Aussie accent now because they got like the updated version, they all say "oh no"
Yeah.
and do that dragged out thing.
Yeah.
That's all they've got. No one says shrimp on a barbie anymore because
Nah.
everyone's aware that that's not a fucking thing.
Finally,
Man,
it took
dude.
fucking 2
They're
decades for that.
prawns. They're prawns.
yeah, you don't understand.
Just like your women, they're prawns.
I heard that, I swear, every day when I was living in Canada. It'd literally
Really?
be like, "Oh, you're Aussie, shrimp on the Barbie," and you're just like, "Okay." Heard that
I was-
70
Oh,
times today.
Hang
was
on,
in-
you're Canadian. I'm sorry.
I was in Costa Rica and this cunt couldn't speak English, so he was
I'm
just
sorry.
So he was just
What's
yelling
sorry?
Australian things at
Sorry?
me because he couldn't speak
Sorry?
English. So he was just going, "Great white shark," and I'd be like, "Yeah, great white shark," and he, "Kangaroo," and I'm like, "Yeah, kangaroo," and he couldn't speak any other English.
And then you're like, dickhead. And he's like, dickhead.
Where is he
yeah,
from?
Like, yeah,
He's
you're a
Costa Rican.
dickhead.
yeah.
Great white.
So he was just yelling Australian shit at me. Vegemite. I'm like, yeah, how the fuck do you know all these things?
He's just reading a shopping list.
It's like lockdowns. They're like, yep, we had that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Tyranny. Yep, got that. Yeah.
Cucks. Cucks that bend over.
Can we bring this one up? No,
Not a real
then I'm gonna
government.
get my
Yep.
food.
Got
Yeah.
one of those. yeah.
This popped up on.
Politicians
I
that
think
should be
you
hung.
sent this, but
yeah, we got heaps of them.
it popped up on my feed as well. This is Corey White. And so this was a review. Or no, it wasn't a review. It was a letter to
to no
the-
one because it's posted on social media.
Well, it must have been a letter to
Oh, did he
the
break
venue.
it down? Yeah, he
must have been a letter to the venue, mate. So we'll read some of it. It's a pretty long fucking letter. They got very offended.
It's worth the read.
It is worth the read.
Fucking pathetic.
read the whole
But
thing.
this is we'll just read this paragraph. So,
no, read the whole lot because you need it. It is.
okay,
it gets,
hold on, because there's only
gets-
one image. Oh no, you can.
Yeah,
do it.
you scroll. Yeah, it's good.
All right. It
let's go.
says, I wish to express how bitterly disappointed I was having to endure watching Corey White last night. Oh my God.
Man, is she okay?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I
Should we
have
send
been.
an ambulance?
Oh, look, here we go. This is the preface. I have been to comedy many times and had an amazing
no, you
time
haven't.
and felt welcomed and comfortable. Well, then you didn't see good comics.
Yeah, facts.
Nor am I a person that has issues with what some consider offensive jokes.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, you definitely
That
do.
is exactly what you're doing.
However, during Corey White's
Hang on,
set,
pause for a second. How do they rationalise that? Like,
don't know.
when they're literally like, I'm not someone that gets offended, but I'm offended.
Yeah.
What? It's what you're doing.
and Corey, like, he steps on a few toes, but he's not that fucking brutal.
He's not.
Like, he's funny and he's intellectually funny, so it's not that brutal.
No.
If you just said fucking,
If
you're a
he's-
slut, that's brutal, right? But if you
That's
like,
not
And
that brutal.
true.
That's
Not
that
really.
brutal.
And true.
If he's brutal, we should all be in prison.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest. If I'm going to be completely honest about
Corey's very like witty as well.
Yeah, that's it.
He's like his.
the best part about this is that he could outsmart any motherfucker who has a complaint about him.
Yeah,
he's like,
he's a
all right,
very
he's like,
smart
break,
guy, yeah.
break it down for me.
you know that
Let's
whatever
go.
she was
Yeah.
offended by, it was probably wrapped in some humorous way.
Yeah.
So,
It probably just
anyway.
struck a chord with her because she's
Yeah.
a weak cunt and it's something that happened to her
Spineless
last week.
fat whore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's like, oh, how funny is it that people are still fat and we know all these things about like how to treat your body good? And she's like, offended.
Yeah.
I'm not normally, but that got me.
And I'm a tranny.
All right. However, during Corey White's set, I felt extremely uncomfortable and unsafe.
Oh,
Really?
unsafe.
My partner left the room for the duration of the show as he felt extremely threatened and uncomfortable
Your
due
partner's
to
a
the
cunt?
amount of people laughing at Corey's joke. What a fucking
Jokes in quotations, by the way.
What,
How
what
goes
a
that?
fucking beta.
Everyone's laughing. He was clearly funny.
No, but imagine being with the guy who's like, I feel unsafe. I'm out of here, and you're just like,
Is this a chick
hang on,
or a
where-
tranny or?
It's-
I thought this was bullshit. I thought this was made up, to be honest.
Well,
but he says it's
it
not.
can't be a tranny because they said he and not like they or fucking Zai or
Zim's,
like or, yeah, Zim,
Zygon.
or
His entire-
where do they live in
Zion.
the Matrix? Zion, yeah. it's
His
Zion.
entire act was in poor taste, and after researching Corey further, I am bitterly disappointed anyone platforms him. The fact most people are laughing demonstrates the dangerous rise of the far right in Australia.
Oh, we're dangerous.
The far right is anyone that is a
Anything that you
critical
don't like.
thinker and doesn't. Yeah.
No, but I love how far right is just like anyone who disagrees with me is
Yeah.
the far
Yeah,
right.
that's what it is.
Or
It's
obviously,
like actually we're centralists, but whatever.
point out the far
Okay.
right. I love how they act like we're living in fucking. I don't know. Like,
But he's not far
The far right.
Or right even.
No, the
point
far
it out. Where is
Yeah.
it? Who is far right? There's actually
I've
no
been far
one.
right before when I'm driving on the freeway and I take the inside lane. That's about as far right
There's
as I've
about
ever
4
been.
Nazis in Melbourne, apparently, and that's about it. Like, literally.
The far right's literally just intelligence undercover.
Yeah.
All right, go.
All right, something I can't remember
Here
what I
we
said
go.
before. That you would give him a platform to spread racist, homophobic, transphobic, and discriminatory content is reprehensible and disgusting.
Or awesome.
It is apparent he was not supported in the past due to his divisive content. Why is he allowed to perform now? Why is he allowed to perform now?
Yeah, I love this idea of someone being allowed. Who
Yeah.
decides that you get to do anything?
Exactly.
You're a free, sovereign
Where is the
individual
comedy
that's born
police?
on this
Why weren't
earth.
they
You can do
there?
what you want. Yeah.
No, but also,
It's the mind of a totalitarian, man.
Do you not understand how contracts work? Corey White said, "Hey, I have some comedy to perform.
Yeah.
I heard you have a club. May I perform at your club?" And they went, "Yes." And he goes, "Cool. I charge X amount. I expect to be paid X amount. Yeah, that's not a problem. We can pay X amount. Sweet as. See you there. Transaction done." And she's like, how is this allowed? It's like, it's called business. Like, are you fucking kidding me? This dude's trying to make a living and he's fucking good at it. So shut the fuck
Well,
up.
this is the next bit. Every joke was made. Every joke that was made was off the backs of people of minority, including extremely racist jokes, particularly surrounding Indigenous Australians and the trans community. Which means,
Hang on.
which sounds to me
How
like
is-
we should go watch it. 'cause
How does she
sound-
link racism with trans? How is
don't
trans? Is that a race
She
now?
said off the backs of people of minority, and so trans
Minority,
people are a
yeah.
minority.
In such a polarizing time, it is extremely dangerous to allow a performer like Corey, who can galvanize an audience with harmful jokes
In a Trump-like manner. So when I read that, I was just
I
like,
know. That-
do you know what country you're in?
And I love it how all these triggered lefties cannot, they
Trump,
have
Trump,
to be related
Trump.
to Trump no matter what. They're like, oh, they trip over and they're like, oh, fuck,
Yeah.
fucking Trump. So anything that happens to them in their
All I
life,
have to
they
say
shit
is,
their pants and they're like,
let's go,
fuck
Brandon.
Trump.
Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go,
Honestly, I
Brandon.
will find it extremely difficult to attend another comedy show ever again. Such was the fear.
me.
Such was the fear my partner and I left.
Fear.
I felt, yeah.
Jesus, how
What they felt fear.
They felt fear.
Whilst
but
I
also,
am-
but this clearly shows you haven't been to comedy before.
Nah.
This is what it is. You haven't been before.
Definitely not.
You might have been to drag comedy, which is hypersexualized. It's very
well,
funny.
left comedy that's just boring
hang on.
as
Well,
fucking
that's not-
shit.
that's not
How
comedy.
do you
Comedy.
feel
That's not comedy.
Fear. How do you feel fear from like fear? I associate with something like you're gonna like there's 100 guys that are
Also-
coming to beat your ass or
He
something.
weighs
Or-
about
or
75
you-
kilos and he's about 5'5". Who's fearing fucking Corey?
Yeah, he's not a big dude. That's true.
No.
Do you know why you would fear him? Because he's hyper intelligent and he will outsmart you quick. You might, if you're a dumb cunt, and maybe they felt fear because they tried to
'Cause
accost
they're
him after the
morons.
show, and
Yeah.
then he just schooled him.
Yeah.
probably.
I'd be fearful in that situation because I'd also fail
They're
at that.
fearing that their narrative is falling apart.
That's basically what it
my
is, yeah.
narrative.
Well, how can you
Because the
fear
whole room
comedy,
was
but-
laughing and they weren't. And they're like, oh my God.
I figured it
Racist.
out.
Yeah.
I know how they feel
These
fear.
are right-wing Nazis.
Well, no, they
I
were
knew
born.
they existed.
They were born
Yeah.
into the wrong body and they fear genitals, so they have to cut them off and get the right genitals on. So no wonder everything makes them skip.
All right.
They see
What-
a slight bump in the road and they're like, oh, oh.
Oh, here we go. This is another oxymoron.
Oh, this is speed
Whi-
bump. This is speed bump.
Whilst
There's
I am
no bump in
supportive
their
of
pants.
free speech, that does
Not
not
anymore.
mean we need to put people on a platform with hateful speech. That is free speech, you fucking retard. Any speech is free speech. Furthermore, Australia doesn't
kill
have
all
a
Jews. Yeah.
constitutionally enshrined right of free speech. Well,
This is the
they are
part where I was
correct.
just like,
Wow.
Nor are we obliged to support freedom of expression when it impacts on the rights, reputations, or feelings of others. So fucking leave then.
It actually-
In my view, Corey's performance does exactly that and is not aligned with the existing Australian government's human right legislation. Why would you bring government in?
no, because what they're saying is that we don't have. So they're like, I agree with free speech. However, we don't have it in this country. Therefore, he can't have it,
But-
and it violates this thing. And it's like, then you don't agree with free
But
speech.
hang on, they're
So
saying
you don't get offended, but you're offended. You agree with free speech, but
Well,
you want to
that's
get
what
rid of
they're
free
also
speech.
saying
This
that-
is what I'm saying.
Paragraph says.
It's a constant, like, just hypocritical
oxymoron.
argument. Yeah.
Well, they're saying about the government's human rights. They're talking about being scared and like they're attacked and people shouldn't do this. But then they want less human rights.
Yeah.
They're saying there shouldn't be free speech and it doesn't agree with the human rights legislation because our government is a tyrannical criminal organisation that violates human rights. But they're saying people aren't respecting their human rights, but they want less human rights and they don't have to respect other people's free speech.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what
These people are fucking idiots.
This
No, but they
first
said that they
sentence
want-
says it best. It says, whilst I am supportive of free speech, that does not mean we need to put people on a platform with hateful speech.
But that's not free.
Yeah.
You're
Hateful
not
speech
supportive
is
of
free speech.
No,
Yeah.
no, and then they
You're not
go, then they
supportive of
go
free
on to
speech.
say that, but in Australia, we don't actually have free speech, and then we have to look at this other fucking act that I've just pulled out of my ass. And but so it's like, you don't agree with free speech then. You
Yeah.
literally
Well, the
don't.
other thing
free
is-
speech means hearing shit you're not going to fucking like.
And,
The other thing is you
pull
never
up
want the
human
government-
rights
you never want the
legislation. There is no
government-
such
No,
thing in this country.
we gotta
You never
finish
want
this
the
off, though.
government to control speech anyway. That's the last person you want to control speech because then you get like 1984
Yeah.
kind of shit.
That's exactly. No, I didn't mean pull it up. I'm saying it doesn't.
No, I'm
there
just
is
saying.
no human rights
Yeah.
legislation.
Okay, I am outraged at your decision to allow him to perform and would strongly encourage you to never allow him on stage again. I'm considering reporting him for discriminatory behaviour to the Human Rights Commission. However, I am eager to hear your response before taking the matter further.
Okay, so you're going to report him to the Human Rights.
The best part about all it go back is Corey's comment on the side here. He goes, I think what infuriates Binks like this more than anything is hearing an audience howl with laugh at their increasingly marginal worldview, which pretty much just nails this in the pocket.
But you know what he nailed there? That point of increasingly marginal. I really feel this lately, and the NPCs are starting to realise that people, there's a consciousness shift, and they're getting left behind. Like I've noticed it in my own life, man. The people that used to think that, oh, he's a crazy conspiracy theorist, they're actually watching everyone start to ask questions, but they're like, oh shit, I'm an NPC, I'm still here. I haven't changed my mind. I haven't looked into anything. Yeah,
it's fucking. That was hectic. Honestly, that looked so much to me like it was actually fake. Like it was like a fucking ChatGPT.
These people are fake, man. They're not real people.
It doesn't it's that crazy. Like I don't know.
Their whole life is a
need to go Trumpian.
Their whole life, Drew, is a staged event. Like every single thing they do is a thought about stage thing. Like even what they wrote there is just fake. Like you weren't scared. You weren't scared for your life. It's just a lie because you're signaling to the other idiots in your mob. That's what you're doing.
But what are you scared about? That people are laughing and having a good time. When you saw a group of dudes having the time of their life, did you get scared? Never. I remember, this is actually a great example for this. I was walking through Sydney with some boys that I was working with over there. And we're just walking through the city and we turned down one street and there was just a bunch of goths just drunk as fuck having a house party the house was too small because it's Sydney. So they just spilled out into the fucking street. And this dude had a massive fucking stereo and he was just cranking like random EDM. And the dudes were fucking going off. And I remember the boys looked down and they're like, we're not going this way. I was like, I fucking definitely am. I was like, are you kidding me? Look at this. This is awesome. And so I go down there and I've got my fucking camera out and I'm filming. And then I just get in the thing and I was like, what's going on, fellas? And there's like, ah! And then we're all just like jumping and dancing. They're no idea who the fuck they are. They don't know who the fuck I am. Yeah. And I just dance through the crowd and fuck about, and then I just keep walking on. Awesome. When you see people having a good time, there is zero threats. It's such a bullshit argument.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's having a good time in a comedy club where there's security. You know, like I can leave whenever I want.
Laughing.
Yeah, like, laughing hurts. Shut the fuck up.
Man, these people, what blows my mind is the world, and I've had a pretty, I haven't had a super hard life, but I've noticed from a very young age, the world's a fucking dangerous place. It's a harsh place. And if you're not a strong individual, you will get chewed up and spat out. We don't live in a cotton wool thing like they actually lie to these idiots and tell them. Yeah. Look what's happening now. You will get fucking destroyed if you watch over your back and fucking make decisions based off your own critical thinking.
Did you see that?
They can't.
Did you see that clip? It was going around a lot from Dana White, UFC guy.
Oh yeah.
Fucking spot on. He's like, if you're a fucking savage, if
you-
you're really like a hard motherfucker and you won't let anything stop you, you can clean up right now.
Yeah.
Because there's all these people like, my vagina hurts, I can't go out, all that
pull
shit.
it up, Drew. It's the best.
It's fucking spot on.
He says, he's like, there's so many fucking pussies in this world. He's basically saying,
whereas think about like 50 years ago or longer, like say World War II or something like that, there would have been so many fucking hard cunts around. Competing with them would have been hard.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But now it's like, so I can just walk down and call them the wrong pronoun and they'll fucking start crying.
That's what I mean.
That's like the base of like Gran Turismo, right? Or whatever, Turismo, whatever that movie was. He was a war vet, right?
Yeah.
And people try to fuck with his shit and he's like, I'll fucking kill you. Yeah. He's like, I've killed before and I'll fucking do it again.
Yeah.
Try it, motherfucker. It's a good premise, man.
It's a good premise too, because he's an old white guy and an Asian girl fucking turns him, makes him nice again.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Well, just opens his eyes and says, oh, fuck, you're such a dickhead.
Think about that, though.
Don't indoctrinate me, all right? There's not enough sticky tape for me to turn Jess Asian.
That's true. You can just punch her in the eyes heaps.
Punch her in the eyes, make it look like she's got a permanent beast in both eyes.
Why does every movie have to paint, like, even that, like every white person's racist. There's always these undertones. Like there's this. I swear every time I
Well,
come
actually,
in,
the black guys are racist in that.
I think
more
with
than the
that,
white guys.
I think with that movie, it does also like he's probably ex-Korean War.
Yeah.
So he probably
Well,
sees an
calls them
Asian
gooks
person,
and
he's
shit.
just like,
Yeah, he calls them gooks and fucking get off my lawn, gook, and, all
and
that
the
shit.
US got fucked up in the Korean War for a
yeah,
long period.
They were ruthless. Man.
Yeah, man. Well, they just didn't understand the territory as well. Couldn't fight it properly.
Yeah.
They got fucking slaughtered.
Man, I was watching every time I come in, Laura will be watching some garbage show on Netflix. And it's funny, all the teen shows now, the whole premise of every show is white privilege, this guy's racist. The word racist gets used every 5 seconds, and white privilege and trans rights.
Yeah.
And
Do you remember the
man,
fucking-
they're literally brainwashing these kids to think
I
that
told
that's
you about that fucking show that I was watching with Jazz. So like they're trying to brainwash kids, but they're trying to brainwash adults as well. And some NPCs
They are,
will
yeah,
fall with it.
yeah.
So there was this show called The Good Wife, and it's about this woman who she was a lawyer and she stepped down because her partner became like the senator. Oh, sorry, I think he was not a senator, but whatever the fuck is in charge of the courts, basically, district attorney. He became the DA. And then she stepped down so she could like look after kids and be a DA. And then he was like cheating on her and fucking around and whatever. And it's this whole like that show was really fucking good. And it was an interesting show about like their whole life together. And then they did this like spin-off called The Good Fight with similar characters, or sorry, the exact same characters that they just pulled into this new show. And it was instantly woke. So they took the one like left-leaning lawyer and they put her into a black-owned business where she was the only white person, and it was instantly just about like how Trump's fucked and the world's going to shit. And they used to do these little caricatures, and I think I brought one up on here before, where they sing that, dude. This show would you'd be watching the show, and then it would hit like the 25-minute mark, and this little fucking like song would come on.
Yeah, I remember
And it basically just sing about how fucked Trump is and how it would be so much better if we're all just left and, you know, like we just let everyone do whatever the fuck they want and weaken everyone up so China can just come in and fucking take over the fucking whole show. And it's, dude, it was like, I remember watching this and I said to Jess, like, I can't watch it. Like, I'm up for watching whatever. I'll watch your trashy TV with you. I don't care. But I cannot watch this. I can't watch
propaganda.
It's
I was like,
fucked that
this
they
is
always try
actually
and-
like, there's nothing good is in here.
Yeah.
Not a fucking thing.
It's fucked that they're always trying to shoehorn political messaging into like
Everything.
shit like kids shows and stuff.
It's
like
also
that.
bad
It's like,
premise for a
fuck
TV.
off.
But it's a
Yeah,
bad
'cause you
premise for a
can't
TV
enjoy
show.
it.
You're only going to get half of the people.
Yeah.
Because like
Well,
you
the
look
other
at any
thing is-
election, they're close, right? Half
Yeah.
left, half right,
It's
or
true.
whatever. So if
That's
you're
true.
only appealing to one side,
Well, look
you're
at Bud Light.
killing half your fucking
Look at Bud
audience.
Light. They fucked
You're
up.
doing it to yourself, man. Fucking
and
read
got
that.
it.
You got to
up.
understand how lefties think, right? Like they don't realize that.
Do they think?
I don't think they do.
They
But
emotion,
they don't
that's what they do.
realize they're being controlled. But like the people above them that are orchestrating the narrative that they believe are the people that orchestrated the Russian Revolution. Like that's their idea where they want them to go, and they don't realize that they're foot soldiers in this because like they can't live in a world where people have opposing opinions of them. The lefties are a collective mind.
Yeah, it's a very base
And-
level kind of existence.
It's
right?
hive mind.
Yeah.
Protect,
Yeah,
the,
no,
protect
right.
the queen, and the queen's like,
That's what it is.
And they can't. They
Queen
think
cut their dick
anyone
off
that
and
thinks. Yeah, they think anyone that thinks different than them is a bad person, and the world should be one way. It's communism. You see why it happens because they just become brainwashed
Well,
foot
that's why,
soldiers
like-
that'll do anything without.
That's why
ever
traditional
thinking.
lefties don't want a part of it either.
Well,
you know?
they were there. I
like
guess
Bill Maher and shit.
Yeah.
But Bill Maher's like wokeism's fucked.
RFK, all those guys.
Bill Maher shouldn't have fucking pushed it for so fucking long.
Yeah,
Don't-
Bill,
like,
Bill Maher's a bit of a fucking wagon jumper. He just jumps on whatever.
Yeah.
He is definitely.
He's a
I
cuck.
I listened to the Rogan one that he was on, and it's like when they started talking about Trump, he couldn't
Nah, he
get out of
goes-
that.
he
And he's
goes-
just like, he's a criminal, and he's and this, and it's just like, okay, well, prove it.
Have you noticed in the last maybe 6 months how
if he was a criminal,
everyone's
they would have
starting?
fucking charged him. Sorry, It would have happened by now. They've
Well,
been talking about impeachment for 4 fucking years.
Anyone that believes that Trump stuff, that believes he's actually a criminal and doesn't see what's going on, you are a fucking idiot.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
for
I
sure.
see people all the time in these group chats, whatever. They keep posting stuff like he's going to jail. It's like, how do you not see what is going on here?
It would have
That-
happened by now. 4 years.
The idea
Dude,
is that
it's been
once
4
you-
years.
once you
12
start-
years. They've been trying forever. Remember
but
the Russian
the problem
fucking
is-
hoax?
Yeah.
This has never happened really before, right? The problem is that once you open that can of worms of trying to jail every president,
Oh, man.
it's never going to stop.
Yeah, well, look at what all the fucking nations that do that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's a bad thing. It should never got that far.
But people don't get that. They're like, oh, okay, so they're trying to get a political opponent on anything possible to
Yeah,
stop him
but
running.
I don't care.
Yeah.
And like, if you think that there's nothing wrong with that, fuck. And
Yeah.
I mean, the
Left
whole
or right, it's bad. Like, even when they're trying, let's impeach Biden and all that, it's like, no, this is not the game we play. You don't go, oh, you tried to fucking jail, Trump, so we're going to jail Biden. It's like,
But Biden should be jailed
Well,
because there's
maybe.
actual evidence of corruption.
if there is evidence,
Oh,
then
so
fucking
sorry,
oath,
they
do
definitely
it.
should.
No,
And
no,
he's
if
a
there is
pedophile.
evidence,
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
But like the point is, the premise of just jailing this president I don't like and get him on anything.
Yeah.
It's
He doesn't
not a
need
good
to
way
be.
to
He
think.
doesn't need to go to jail. He needs to go to hospice. That's where he belongs.
he needs
Yeah.
to go
Let's
into the
stop
ground.
fucking around.
Put him in the ground.
No, but
Have
he's
you seen
not
all
far
the,
from the ground. So put him in hospice care. He's only got 2 weeks.
Let's execute him before he dies.
You're
We
only
need-
going to shoot a double. We've seen his ears. We've seen the fucking neck folds. Like, I have true fucking... Look at this
Yeah,
shit.
let's execute the
That's a
double.
proper... That's
not too bad.
that's a swipe card neck fold. That cunt has like... That's
I
a
don't think I have one of
mask.
those.
It's a
I know.
mask.
It's ridiculous. There's several of them too. There's several.
Right. No, hang on. Get in the shot. Move it. Scooch over. Show us your neck folds. I can't do it. Nah, too tight, too swole. It's the roids.
Even your shirt.
Oh shit! Hit the gym, you fat cunt. That's disgusting. Yuck. Ugh, I'm so sorry, viewers. I'm so sorry I had to say
How
that.
good is it though?
It's
Like
disgusting.
Trump must be the most squeaky clean guy ever because they fucking try. Yeah. But like
Yeah.
he must because but he even admitted he's like, yeah, I played the fucking system. I did shady
And so
shit
does everyone.
to get rich. That's what everyone. He goes, it's the system that's fucked. It's set up so rich
People
people can fucking do that.
Yeah.
And
And then he goes, it's the same system that's made them money, and he's pointing out all the other candidates. And it's like, dude, like he understands it. Put it this way: that if there was this much evidence and they could have done this, it would have happened. The court case would have fucking happened.
How do they believe it? It's just you
dude-
have to be such a fucking NPC. Like you're just an idiot.
The thing, like I understand Drew's point of like don't go tit for tat, but like I also disagree with that because I genuinely believe that there is a fucking shitload that the Biden family
Well,
done
the
that they're actually
laptops
guilty
enough
for. Exactly.
to have him jailed.
$10 million bribe straight off the bat.
But that's also treason, so you get the death penalty for that. Like
Yeah.
he's committed some of the worst crimes. They're a crime family.
And you know what? He's just going to plead like Alzheimer's or some shit. By the
Yeah.
time they go to charge him, they'll be like, oh, he didn't know what he's doing this whole time. He had this. And then we'll be sitting there being like, we know.
Oh, no.
He should never have had this power in the first fucking place.
He's probably already dead. Like what? Like why?
This is why I say about the doubles. I
Yeah.
genuinely think he's already died.
He could be.
It's just
yeah.
Hunter with a mask on.
But how perfect is it if it's just a puppet playing him and they don't even get any pushback?
yeah.
But the weird thing is
The best part is that they're like, do we let Kamala take over or do we just get a double? They're like, definitely a double. Like, you're
yeah.
insane if you think this
that
bitch is
fucking cackling hyena, right?
So have you listened, dude? Have you listened to Kamala try and explain
She's a moron.
anything?
Like,
Hey Kamala, how do you get from A to B in your car? And it would take her 45 minutes.
but she just says word salad. But like she
Yeah, bro.
says a bunch of words that
repeats
don't
herself
mean anything,
heaps.
and then laughs.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't know anything, and it's like
So a system of government, is like a system of government, and so like it's a government that is systemized into being a government.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's good stuff.
you know who
It's
else
like,
does
dude,
that?
kill yourself.
Russell Brand does that. I reckon.
Oh,
Do you
speaking of
think
which,
he's a rapist?
No, see, you know what?
Give me the conspiracy,
I'll
Josh.
tell you what. I
If
think.
Give me the fucking psyop. I want to hear it.
If anyone was a rapist, it was him.
Yeah, but
No, I don't think so.
But if you're a chick and he wants to fuck you, you
Yeah.
spread and your
Yeah,
legs.
100%.
I'd spread my legs.
That's why I don't
that
think so.
man is fucking sexy.
well, I think what it is,
And I
think
reckon he could fuck like a stallion just quietly.
Yeah,
we should
well,
milk him.
He's a sex addict.
We
so
should milk him.
milk.
Yeah, milk him and sell his
There's
sperm.
so many holes in all this shit. But
Dude,
if it's true, then fucking fine.
What it is
But-
to me, it's the exact same psyop they did with Andrew Tate
Yeah, 100%.
recently. Like, I don't think him. I've always been sus on him because he was the exact opposite. Then conveniently out of nowhere starts saying all the right things and
Yeah.
has a 180.
Yeah.
And it was the same as Andrew Tate came out of nowhere and says almost all the right things, but also sows division and sows selfishness. Whereas you got Rogan that they can't control. That has a massive
Well, he's
voice.
been the same
Rogan sells unity and sows
Yeah.
this idea of
Yeah, I
bringing
don't-
friends together, which is the exact
Of
thing.
understand each other, yeah.
And that's what they don't want. They
I don't
want to
trust
keep
anyone
everyone
that,
divided.
Like, flip flops. Like, well, I guess he didn't flip flop. Like, fair enough, you can change your mind, but when you go so sort of almost extreme from one to the other, those people, like, it's
He
weird.
is a
There's
pretty
something about him
extreme.
that
He's a pretty extreme dude, though. That's the thing with Russell Brand. Where I'm like, maybe he did see the light and he did go extreme, and then they're trying to silence him. But it's like, but
Why was he allowed the biggest channel ever on
Yeah.
when everyone else gets deleted?
well, yeah,
You know, and then now all of a sudden it's
is
these
it because he's UK though? Like
No, no,
maybe
but
it was
everyone's-
still on Twitter and
Dude,
shit. Right?
David Icke has been banned from entering
but-
all of Europe.
yeah, but hold on, Russell Brand's different because he came from that, so they still treat him like he's a Hollywood guy.
Dude,
That's the only
they've
reason.
demonetized anyone from Hollywood or even killed them that talks about this stuff.
Well, he's demonetized now, but
Yeah, but dude, he's been there for years and he just came out of nowhere. This is why YouTube doesn't care. And to me, it's
Yeah, but
what
the
they did
things
with
he's
Andrew
talking about-
Tate. He comes out, he does his part, then he goes to jail and it's a big fucking show. And to make
Maybe,
him look
but-
like a victim and make it look like, but then they kind of, he doesn't,
But he was talking anti-vax stuff. I hate even using that word. He was talking about all that kind of shit. So I don't give a fuck if it's some kind of psyop in a psyop. I don't care as long as
No,
the
it-
fucking message is
it's
correct.
psyoption.
It does. It actually, that's where it backfires on them. But what I think they do, there's two things: is you get someone that says 95% of the things people want to hear, but then you say 5% bad thing to lead them astray. And I think that those people are to try and combat people like Joe Rogan and that, because it's that division thing, because the whole game is that the psychological war is that there's heaps of us and there's only a few thousand of the people trying to do this to humanity. So their only game is to convince us that we've got no power, because when we realize it, they're fucked. But they put people in to sow division amongst people. They keep us hating each other, keep us arguing on every topic. And then you get guys like that come in, like Andrew Tate, that says, the only way to defeat the New World Order is to get fucking rich, get a bunch of passports, and just fuck
Throw
off.
your
Fuck,
mates under the bus.
yeah, fuck everyone else. You got to be the man and be rich and powerful. Whereas Rogan's like,
Yeah, but
make a community, a
feel like-
powerful community. Look at what he's done. Look at how powerful his friend circle
But
is,
with,
because he brings everyone
Andrew-
up with him.
With Andrew
And-
Tate, I think he's what would you call not an antidote. Like he's a reaction to a certain way that everything's been traveling in the whole male female dynamic with feminism and all that shit. He's like the opposite. He's like the what we call like yin and yang, I guess. Right? So feminism, everyone's like, oh, fucking bad bitches, all this shit, and they're like, so they needed a counter to that, and that's Andrew Tate. He's like, be a man, don't be a pussy.
Yeah,
and all
but
the shit
so
he's
was
saying.
Rogan, man.
This
That's
is just
what I
what
mean.
happens when you leave a hole there, a void, someone fills it. And it was
Well, I
him.
think he was deliberately put there. And his dad's CIA. It's like,
Okay, fine with Andrew Tate, but with the Russell Brand thing, I mean, it's pretty fucking convenient that it just So these people were all contacted heaps of women because he's obviously fucked a lot of women. One chick I saw on TikTok fucked him, and she's like, it was fucking awesome. They contacted me, tried to get info out of me. I said, no, he was a great dude. And they're like, oh, no worries. See you later. You won't be in the documentary then.
Why was he allowed a
Sweet, I don't
platform
want to
when
be in the documentary.
yeah. So
everyone
so,
else that said the word, even the word vaccine on YouTube got deleted? Except
Well, not
him.
really. That
Why?
Dr. John, whatever his fucking name is, that English guy, he's still gone.
Who's that? I don't know.
I'll find him. He's an English guy that was started out being pro-vaccine and then like halfway through changed, and now he's like full fucking conspiracy theorist.
But for the most part, anyone on there gets like they're gone. They lose their whole channel. He's been doing
It is interesting, I must
Yeah, but
admit.
then why would they try and just get rid of him all of a sudden? Then?
because it's what they
He's
do
no
with
longer
Andrew.
useful.
And it's
they're on to the next thing, right?
and it's a stage show because it galvanizes it. It makes them look like the victim, and then like they get even more empowered and they become a martyr. So then people believe them even more. Then they can probably start fucking leading people astray. I don't know, like.
Well, that seems to me to be like Inception conspiracy.
But like,
It's like my conspiracy would, and what most people's conspiracy would be, they're trying to take him out because he's talking about this shit. Let's get rid of him. So we'll just say, or we'll set up all these girls that say
But
they raped me 10 years
that would
ago.
have happened so much longer ago.
know.
Surely.
You'd think so, right?
the cancel
That's
culture's
the thing
over
that makes
now.
it
Like
interesting.
that, if that had happened to girls, remember like 5 years ago, every cunt got it was the coolest thing to do. Cancel people.
I'm just going to
How
say
come
this.
like you
Raping
said, no one
someone.
came out then.
Yeah, no one came out then. And it's like, it's a privilege to be fucked by that, man. I'm just going to say it.
Yeah, just cop a rape for fuck's sake.
Consensual or not. Like, I don't see many women saying no to Russell Brand. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't see that
He's a
either.
rock star without being a rock star.
Yeah.
He's the only one.
Well, I mean,
Like, him and Johnny Depp.
the
pretty
biggest
much.
point would be
Like,
yeah.
why, if you did get raped, and a lot of women apparently don't come forward, so that is a thing. So you go, look, I got raped. I don't like it. I don't want to come forward. I don't want to tell the police. I don't want to start any dramas. I'll just go to a TV channel and tell them instead.
Yeah, exactly. But also on a
What
scale,
a fucking load of shit.
on a scale of rape, that's the fucking 10. Best rape ever.
Yeah,
You know, like,
it's rape privilege.
dude,
My old
but
lady
the-
said
but-
that when-
But dude, honestly, that's like fucking one of us saying that like some super fucking mega, like the chick who played fucking Wonder Woman, that Persian goddess. That'd be like me, but she raped me. Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Well, when I was talking
Enjoy
about,
it for what it is. I don't want to hear you complain about it. That's the best thing that's ever happened to you.
I was talking
Shut
about
the
one of
fuck
these
up.
cases with my old lady. And my mum goes, "Oh, I've been raped. It wasn't that bad." I was like, "What?"
So it's such a wog thing, isn't it? That's so wog, eh?
And I'm like,
Get on with it, boys.
The best way to
Righto.
turn the best
Fuck
way,
off.
if you want to turn a rape around, get into it. Push back.
Rape them.
No, literally,
Rape them back, yeah.
Literally, push back and watch the whole thing
Just start going
crumble.
like, "Brr," at them,
Because
and they'll be like,
they're
"Whoa."
into it because you're struggling. Stop struggling.
Yeah, that's true.
Start pushing back.
Struggling and
and
makes
then all of
them
a
like it
sudden
more.
you're like, why aren't you hard? What's going
Wait,
on?
the best
I
way-
thought this was a rape. What's
best
going
way
on?
to stop
you
it is-
suck at rape. Then gaslight about how bad they are at raping.
And then rape them.
Yeah, 100%.
The best
have to
way to
rape them.
stop a rape is to shit your pants.
100%.
That's
Just
what I do in prison,
literally
right?
like crap your pants.
I sharted at work the other day. No joke, straight up. Got down into the build space, trusted a fart, then turned
Trusted have never trust
I
fart.
trusted a fart, and I was like, oh no. And then I got out of the build space. He's like, where you going? I was like, to the toilet, got to shit, see you later. And then it was like the most awkward, like, penguin huddle to the toilet. It was like,
How'd you clean that up?
oh, not well.
Especially because they're fucking Reddy's shits. So
Look at
they're all
that.
slop and
Yeah.
Oh,
You know.
It's already
Wasn't
chicken
great.
balls out.
The best part was it
I
was
got a
up-
great video
I
on
still
that.
had 4
Yeah.
hours to go.
I don't
It
get
was
people
worse.
that
I
don't.
just fucking sprayed myself in deodorant and hoped for the best.
This is why I don't understand people that don't wear fucking undies.
Oh,
if you
no,
shoot
no, I-
yourself with undies, you can literally pull them off and ditch them. Like,
Yeah.
You-
I
you-
salvaged them because it was only a little bit.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad.
How bad is that feeling, when you've shut yourself? You're like, what am I going to do now?
You're like, it's world ending. You
can't
don't
just
fuck.
clean
Your
your
weekend
jobs.
is
That's
fucked.
what a good person thinks. You know what I thought? I was just like, been here before. Got it. I can handle
Not
this.
again.
Yeah, literally, not even. It wasn't even not again. It was literally just like, I know exactly what I have to do. like, mission accepted. Let's go.
I got penguin walk for the 5th time this week.
Yeah. My knees are sore. I can't fully extend my legs. Fucking get out of my way, by the way. I'm in a hurry. I got to cradle this fucking rock between my feet all the way to the fucking toilet.
Wait, I have to do. Just
The last time I shat myself was literally yesterday.
just take heaps of protein drinks, man.
Someone Liam's asking.
Oh.
It was yesterday.
Just take
the
heaps of protein
weekend I
drinks.
met Josh. I shat myself as well. I'm not sure if
He
I've
was
told this
that
story.
excited to see Josh. That he shat himself.
I think we had played a gig together, but I think I was a bit of a fucking unsocial cunt that night because I don't remember it. I literally have no memory of it. The gig we played we apparently played a gig together in Perth, and then we did the Albany show. Is that correct?
Yeah, yes, you will remember. It was that night. That's where we met you boys. That night upstairs in Leaderville. Remember that pub? What was that?
Oh, yeah.
Well, Babushka.
Babushka.
I have no memory. I do remember that.
You guys headline, and then you came back with your fucking weed bag. Remember, you had that duffel bag, and we just invited you and Clint back.
Yeah, that's right. Because I got shitty at Stokesy because he was like, "Can I borrow your bass amp?" I was like, "Yeah, fine." And I remember I was like, I think I lent my bass amp to our bassist in Havoc, and then he borrowed it, and he just fucking tried to blow it up. And I was just like, "What are you doing, cunt? Turn it the fuck down." Anyway, that weekend we had this gig in Albany, play there, eat bickies, stay up all night. Jimmy's chasing sheep in a field, go for breakfast, keep drinking. Like we went through Kojanap and we forced Red to go through a bottle open.
Yeah.
So we keep drinking, and then we get back.
Fuck, that was a good
Get
time.
back to Success. I hop in my car, drive to fucking your house, and then we keep drinking. And then Jake was like, "Oh, ready for the Bucks, dude?" And he's like, "Come to a Bucks, dude." I was like, "Whose is it?" And like, "Don't worry about it, just come."
Yeah.
Okay. Go to a Bucks, dude. We haven't slept. Get to the Bucks, dude. Keep drinking. Nasty strippers, classic. Fucking Dexy's going around, bang, bang, bang. It's 6 a.m. again. I'm standing around a fire being
I
like,
remember
I've been
that,
up for
yeah.
fucking 2 nights. What is going on? Back to Bulwer. It's midday, and I turned to you boys being like, I'm fucking rooted. I'm going to go. And then I didn't leave for another 6 hours. And then I fucking get 2 minutes from the fucking front door, and I shit myself in the car. Dude, and then I messaged you, and I was like, I just shat myself.
Oh, fuck, that was a good time, man.
yourself.
They were the
Great time.
days. Yeah.
The bum wheeze, dude. I have bum wheeze every day. Even when I clean my diet up, I still shit liquid. It's fucked. My body.
Oh, what are
just
you on
hates
the?
me.
What's the scale again? What do we use for the shit scale? The poo scale. Bristol stool chart. Which one are you again? We've done this like 5 times.
I don't remember.
I remember this.
Yeah, this one.
7.
You're like you're a combo, I think.
Yeah, I think so. It's a 7 and 6, maybe a bit of 5.
7. Watery, no solid pieces, entirely liquid.
No. So it's always partial liquid, partial
Fluffy
6 and
pieces?
5.
6 and 5.
I haven't shat a 3 in years.
I reckon 3 and 4 mine would be.
Yeah, mine would be 3, but if I have heaps of protein drinks, it's literally 1.
If I do a 3,
Shoot out fucking rocks, eh?
if I do
Do ya?
a 3 and
Yeah.
it's rare, it's a no wipe, clean.
Oh, they're
snap.
the best.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking rare for me. Normally, I have to wipe like the backs of my legs, my balls, the toilet, the walls of the cubicle.
We need bidets.
Yeah,
Dude, we in
bro.
Argentina, I was just using the bidet. It's sick. It just sprays directly on your dog, and then you just dry it off.
Where
Kill
are
it.
they? Where are they,
Dude,
I'll
it-
settle for a fucking 1/4-inch hose.
Actually, why does this house?
You know what
this
we need?
would
We
be
need
the
the-
house you think would have bidets. Like, you know,
What we
like
need
baller
is-
houses always have fucking bidets.
What we
yeah,
need
but my
is-
dad's incredibly homophobic, so he's like, "Not my fucking house."
Yeah, he's like, I don't want my son having a fucking bidet. Fucking.
What we need,
We'll never get him off the fucking thing. Water bill will be through the fucking roof.
what we need is a street, a yellow jacket, and 2 bits of cardboard. That's all we need.
Oh, yeah. That's very true.
Yeah.
And just the crustiest asshole you've ever seen in your life. No thanks.
Their bidet is just the local
not-
stray
there's
dog
not
that's
much
walking
fucking-
past.
there's
They're
not
like, that's a
much-
sick bidet.
There's not much ass to mouth in fucking India. It's an ATM free zone.
Oh,
I feel
this
like
is
they
your
do
one,
it
Normie.
more.
This is fucking
Dad left
hilarious.
stunned after 6-year-old daughter returns home from school with disturbing Father's Day gift.
Bullet.
So, what the fuck is that exactly?
Take
Like,
when all else fails. So
It looks like a
scroll
penis.
down. So hang
That's
on.
the dad?
No, it's not the dad. I think it might be. You're scrolling past all the shit that tells
well, you
me
said
what's going
fucking
on.
scroll down, so I scrolled down.
Yeah, but
Where is
Then
this?
I said stop, and you just kept going. So go back up to the start of the up, motherfucker. You're the worst. I hate you so much.
This
And this is the article I brought up. So there you go. That's it.
I love it when
I'm not
Why
reading
don't you
it.
just
I'm not
say?
reading
Why
it.
don't you just say read the fucking thing, and then I wouldn't have just scrolled down.
I love it. When,
What do you think I was trying to achieve,
You-
cunt?
but you didn't say read anything. You're looking for a
I don't
photo.
need you to read for me. I need you
Yes,
to
I
get
do.
it to the point
Yes, you
where
do.
I can read it. A 6-year-old girl returned home from school with a disgusting Father's Day gift, leaving her dad stunned and furious. The student at some fucking school in North Perth came home with a printed activity dice, which offered ways it claimed to cheer up dads when they were in a bad mood. One of the options was a bullet with instructions to take when all else fails.
Fucking
That's
hell,
actually-
man.
And it's the
Epic.
best joke ever. And he's all like, it's not funny. And it's like, you're the kind of person that should use that bullet.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he'd like a laugh. He looks like a fucking.
He said he was
That is the dad
disgusted that
one,
his
yeah.
6-year-old daughter was given an item which appears to promote suicide from a teacher at Connolly Primary School. Connolly Primary School on the Legends list.
How did that come? I wonder if it was the kid that thought about that. That is
No,
hilarious.
it was the teacher apparently because the teacher defended it because then people got pissed off.
That's
and the
hilarious.
teacher's like, it's funny.
That teacher needs to go on the legends list. It's true. Just kill yourself, you fucking fat red-faced cunt.
To be honest,
Look at him.
if the article goes on to say that like, oh, it's really triggering for people that suffer with depression and
No, it's not.
suicidal people. It's like, but it's not, because if that's what's going to push you over the edge, you're gonna do it anyway.
I love this idea.
You're gonna do it anyway.
And really triggering. No one cares about your fucking triggers. You know what? You know what's triggering? A gun. Put that bullet in it and triggering it to your head.
But also, it literally has a trigger.
Yeah.
yeah. So that makes sense.
If you're going to trigger something, trigger the gun.
To put a bullet through your skull. Yeah, 100%. I couldn't agree more.
Not when all else fails. Now.
Before you ruin your life and fail it completely, kill yourself.
Kill yourself.
But the thing that really fucking gets me with this is like, oh, it triggers people with mental health issues. So does like a breeze. And like they drop a book. They're walking to a library and drop a book and they're like, oh, I can't possibly go inside now. I'm so embarrassed. Like, dude, these people are looking for reasons to top themselves. That's not the reason. There's something else going on that they're not dealing with.
Yeah.
I'm not a mental health professional. I figured that out a long fucking time ago. Like, hello?
If everything triggers you in this world,
You should
don't-
kill yourself.
Don't see a mental health professional. Kill yourself.
Yeah,
You're
literally.
not long for this world. This world does not. How are you going to make it in this world if the sound of people clapping fucking triggers it?
Yeah.
You're useless.
Fentanyl's on the streets now. Just do a line of Charlie. Fucking 1 out of 10 chance you're going to go down.
Do a line of fentanyl.
Yeah.
Just cut to the chase. Get straight fentanyl.
Yeah, cut the coke out. Just do fentanyl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just OD on fentanyl.
It just literally like everyone's going to back up.
I used to have an outdoor toilet in my house up in Kalamunda.
Oh, if
In
you
Hills.
put peanut butter
Outdoor.
in your balls, that's technically a bidet, right? That's,
Yes.
that's a bidet.
Around the dogs? Yeah.
Dog bidet.
Dog bidet.
Oh, here you go.
Indian bidet,
Here's
it's
one,
called.
here's one that Josh brought up, which is fucking hilarious.
This is unreal.
Says ABC journalist Christian Drysdale's wild name for newborn son, and she's from the ABC.
I know.
That's weird. Like, what the hell?
It doesn't make any sense, this.
So it says ABC journalist Christian Drysdale
Hang
is
on,
currently...
scroll down.
Okay.
No, just before you
Yeah,
read
she's
that,
a
scroll
cracker.
down. Yeah, thanks. Okay, can you read the article now? Cheers. Just
Wow, this is a long one.
Just wanted to prove a point there. fellas.
Didn't much, to be honest.
I did approve you're a fucking
Not
idiot.
really.
Because wait, when you
You
scrolled down,
proved that
did
you don't know
scroll-
how to
no,
give
when-
instructions.
When
That's
you,
what
when
you
you
proved.
scrolled down, did you scroll down directly to what you wanted to read?
Well, if I scroll down, I'll
that's
say,
so
I,
weird.
I
That's
want
so
to
weird.
read it, so I will scroll down instead of just
so
going,
what do you
wait,
think I
scroll
fucking
down.
meant when I said scroll down, dickhead?
Because there's photos, you
It's the
fucking
same-
retard.
Oh, what do you think? This is a fucking kid's book?
Okay, this is another arguing over nothing.
Bro. I bet you eat eggshells, you cunt. I bet you don't have ears.
This week in arguing over nothing.
We should make a list. An
hey.
arguing over nothing list.
If you don't argue over nothing, they're not your mates. I'm just saying, they are not your mates.
Okay, I will read it now, if you're happy with that.
Did you tell your brain that first, though? Because if
I
you
did.
didn't, you fucking shit out of luck. I'm surprised you got here.
ABC journalist Christian Drysdale is currently in a newborn bliss bubble, having recently welcomed her third child. What are the other child
How's
name-
it newborn if
children's
it's the
names
third
are?
one?
Well, newborn.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
like, what kind of bliss? Isn't that hell?
What's their other fucking children called? Fentanyl and fucking something else.
Yes.
There's just one problem. Her son's legal name is Methamphetamine Rules. Oh, it's the whole name.
Yeah.
Methamphetamine.
Yeah, rules, yeah.
The New South Wales Registry of Births, Deaths and Marriages let the name slip through the cracks during a submission
But what?
protest.
Hey, I love how they're like, oh, they've got to tighten up so you can't do that. Why? It's her kid.
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
She can name it whatever she fucking wants. And you know what? The kid doesn't like it when the kid's older.
He might be the fucking hero of the school.
But
Methamphetamine
actually,
Rules.
like,
She did it to prove a point.
What was the point?
The point is that you can name your kid pretty much anything. And so, like, we're trying to crack down on that.
oh, what? She's trying to push the narrative to crack down.
Yeah, so it says, if you go there, it says, the McCabe-born TV presenter has been working on a story for the ABC's WTFAQ program, which aims to investigate the answers to viewers' burning questions. What can I legally name my baby has come up consistently. While researching this for the story, which will air on Who Cares, and then heavily pregnant Drysdale was trying to decipher that what the registrar default names a child if the parent's first submission is rejected. She wasn't getting a clear answer, and so she took actions into her own hands, basically, blah, 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 blah. We thought, what is the most outrageous name we can think of that will definitely not be accepted? So they thought that would surely get rejected, and then when it does, we can find out what the name registrar chooses. And yeah, they
Shouldn't let her change the name, eh? Change it back.
Well, basically,
Shouldn't let her.
but here's what she's saying. If you choose a ridiculous name, they give you a name.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So I think she's like, well, I mean,
So
just name it something normal, you
Yeah,
fuckwit.
anyway, how
like,
about this,
Hey,
though?
you're a parent.
This
Do
this
right by
is-
your child.
so this
Why
is
are
a
you putting
report-
the responsibility on the fucking government for this?
But
I
this
guess
is
she's trying to
a
prove a point or
reporter,
something.
right, for the ABC.
What point? That she's a fucking moron?
But
Shit point, yeah.
But this is it. She's a reporter for the ABC. The world is burning to the ground, and that's what they're reporting on.
Yep.
They're like, oh, we've got to change
No,
the name registry.
they're talking about-
yes, yes.
They're talking
If
about
anything,
no
if you
voters being racist as well. They talk about that a
I mean,
lot.
if you want to protect your baby, paint it blue. You know, don't even name it, just paint it blue. That'll be sweet.
Dude.
That baby's going to live forever.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
dude. So funny about that the blue house painting thing. There was I got to look into this. There's this guy. He gets right into psyops. He's fucking awesome. But
Is his name
there-
Josh Spencer?
Yeah. No, but they had this thing in
Does he
America.
know how to read an article?
Yeah, they had this thing in America, and it was like the blue house. For like they basically were going around and painting people's houses in suburbs blue for random reasons, right? And saying it was because it would help the house be protected from hurricanes,
Yeah.
right? So they were just painting but it was only random how they do it for free. And they
Is
put
that
this
like how
blue
vaccines will
tarp-
protect us from hurricanes?
Yeah,
Yeah. Cool. All right. Just curious. Sorry. Continue, please.
But yeah, they'd be put. It was this thing, and it ended, and then they deleted the company and erased all, like tried to erase evidence. But he's found like this company, and they just paint. It was only the good houses.
Yeah.
They'd leave.
Well, you're not going to paint a shit house blue. You want that one to burn.
But now,
so you can build a good house in its stead.
because he started to look into this blue house thing that happened, and how everything was blue, and then he found this
You're
thing.
literally just singing that song now.
I'm
And everything
blue.
was blue.
That's all
I
and
think about it.
I'm blue.
That's just fucking straight up lyric.
I fucking
Yeah.
hate that song.
Oh man.
I don't know why you could. It's an amazing song,
Oh.
and it's also a precursor. Like that dude was way ahead of his time.
He was,
I am blue. If I was green, I would die.
Yeah.
Look at all the greenery.
I'm blue. If I was on Maui, I'd die.
Unless I
No,
was painted blue.
if you're on Maori, you wouldn't
Oh,
die.
you wouldn't die.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so. Have you seen the videos, the new ones coming out? Just the drone footage of Maui.
Yeah.
And it's just like so. There's the whole untouched strip, and then there's this ash, one random house in
Yeah.
the middle of ash,
And
you-
blue cars and shit around other burning cars, and then just blue babies like just crying and walking through the street
And dude, how
through burning rubble, just like
you know how like the houses are burnt to literal dust.
Yeah.
like they're not. You seen? We see them all the time here. It doesn't burn everything to absolute dust till there's not even a speck left. But then
Yeah.
there's a whole badge of grass that's just green in the middle, and then
It must get fucking hot right at the epicenter, but it doesn't like.
Well,
so like our
depends what
bushfires get
material.
really hot because it's like a solid fuel fire, right?
but it
so like
burns
there's all.
fucking everything. There's nothing left.
No,
in it.
What are the
I
houses
understand
materials?
that, but I think it's
Yeah.
I think it's the direct energy. Like when that laser hits that point is very hot, but it's not a vast
Yeah.
area. It's just that point is very hot. It's sort of like when you get pinpricked by a needle, it hurts way more because it's such a all the forces on such a small point.
Yeah.
that it can't distribute that force over a larger area, so it hurts more. I reckon it's similar to like that sort of thing because like you look at bushfires, it's a solid fuel fire, so it has time to build up and ramp up to get to
Yeah.
this really hot temperature because there's so much actual substance and fuel source behind
And it has
it
the
just
fuel
to keep
source is the
heat.
key, that
Where
bit.
the laser just comes through and is just like frunk, and everything in that path is just fucking
There's-
The
decimated.
thing is,
all of
American
that-
homes, a lot of American. I don't know about Maui though, but they're made from the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
thing's
They're all
timber.
timber.
100%.
Yeah.
But like you've still seen the fires in America, like the ones in California, because it's so targeted. It doesn't. If there was a fire hot enough to burn everything and melt cars and shit, and then how is like
And
it's a-
selectively burn random things and not other things.
yeah, and it's just
so
it's a wall,
ridiculous.
isn't it? That just goes. You can't have just and some of the grass is like perfectly green in the middle of a whole burnt section. It would be
Yeah.
like an untouched.
It doesn't make any fucking sense. We know it. We grew up with it.
Yeah.
Where there's a bushfire in fucking Manjimup and it's blowing a sou'wester and it's fucking heading east at a rapid rate because the sou'west is just fucking pushing it inland.
Yeah, did you ever?
There's nothing
you
we
remember
can
when you
fucking do
drive-
about it. You try and bulldoze paths out the way to stop it and break it. Fucking, that's the best you can do.
Remember when you would drive through as well when everything's burnt after?
Yeah.
Like the whole forest is burnt. There's not like a green patch in there.
Yeah.
It's fucked. And also, you don't get fires like that in Maui. It's tropical. Everything's green. They don't have dead fucking firewood and grass everywhere to have that happen.
Yeah,
That's why
exactly.
you never get fires like that in the tropics, ever.
The thing that I find interesting as well is that, like, I want to know what the paint is made of because it can't be a lead-based paint. Because if it hit lead-based paint, surely that cunt would go
blue
up.
paint.
It's
Well, yeah. So, like, let's say the direct energy weapon doesn't work on the color blue for whatever fucking reason, right?
They're
The
tuned.
fire, no, but the fire next door to the blue thing, if it hit lead-based paint, would surely catch on fire. Paint is a flammable source for the most part. Most paints are. So
I think
if
they
it's
use blue
lead-based,
food dye.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm my mouth is sweet. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you're
good.
just a mouth.
That suits me just fine because I am mostly mouth. Apart from this massive fucking tub of lard that I carry around with me, I am 90% mouth.
Yes, fair enough.
It's just who I am. I talk a lot of shit.
It's good.
It's ridiculous. Like clearly they've got some wild weapons.
Now, is
Like,
this a fucking bot or is this real? Because this is fucking amazing. And I see this shit all the time on Twitter. Twitter's where all the lefties still congregate, even though they don't like Elon Musk.
Scroll down.
Okay, I don't have to on this one. Says, I don't know who this woman is, but she's voting yes, so she's a retard.
She has to be a bot because look at her fucking name.
Yeah, Sue.
Can you just change your name like that all the time on Twitter? Surely
I
not.
think you can change the top name.
Oh, really?
But not
So
tag,
like
not the
Instagram.
tag.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It says the same crew that claim climate change is a hoax are the same crew gunning for nuclear energy, who are the same crew who are vote no, who are the same crew who are anti-vax, who are the same crew who are anti-lockdown, who are the same crew who hate Meghan Markle.
Best advertisement ever.
It is.
No,
To vote, no.
but like, dude, how many different, like, none of those things relate.
Nah.
Not one of those things
Well, she's
relates
trying
to
to
the
say
other.
it's a
She's
it's a
just-
certain type of person.
You're-
No, I get that.
Right-wing
I get
Nazi
that.
would have
like,
summed it up
Wouldn't you
nicely.
try and
Yeah.
like at least draw some sort of correlation between the two?
Yeah.
Like
They're idiots.
the
They're
only
literally just-
correlation there is climate change and nuclear energy. Like,
That's true.
A, we should definitely have nuclear energy. Why? The fact that we don't is fucking retarded.
Yeah, I know.
It's literally the most like dependable form of energy that we can fucking
we know.
produce.
That
And we've got a
know.
fuck
That we
ton of
know of.
land
Yeah.
where there's no one. So,
We should have free energy.
Harry the shit.
yeah.
There'd be free energy. The 100% there's free energy, man. That's what Tesla was doing.
Yeah.
It's there. It's just they won't let us have it because they can't charge us for it.
But literally
Yeah.
everything in
I'd
that
pay for nuclear because it'd be way fucking cheaper than
everything
all the
in
other dog shit
this
that drops out every fucking 10
claim
seconds.
climate change is a hoax. Yes. Are the same crew
is.
gunning for nuclear energy? Yes.
A good thing.
Who the same crew who vote no? Yes.
Good thing.
Anti-vax? Yes.
Yep.
Anti-lockdown? Yes. Hate Meghan Markle? Yes.
Yeah.
How random is the hate Meghan Markle thing? It's like, well, that out of all those things, why did that
yeah,
get thrown in?
exactly,
It's just
yeah.
so,
It's
that's
so
so
dumb.
irrational and it's projected.
You can just change
projected.
that to women.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to sum it up with one woman. Just change it to all women.
That's fully
Like,
projected.
you're clearly trying to show that the people who think like this like to look at groups as a whole. We do. Women hate them.
Yep.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been with one for
Throw-
6. I've been with one for 6 years. Hate it.
Throw them in the nuclear fucking.
sorry, babe. I didn't mean that. In case you're watching.
Dude, like, here's the thing about the fucking. The thing about the no.
This better be about starving children.
Wait, the thing
It
about
is.
the fucking
Good, 'cause
Novo.
I've already got a half chub. So
Wait, man, I was thinking about the Novo. Like,
The what? The no vote?
Ricardo Bosi made a hell good point about this whole thing because I was obviously like, vote no, whatever. But he's like, why the fuck is anyone buying into this and voting? And
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
agree.
this is such a valid point that it's simple, but like they just pulled something out of their ass, said you have to vote on this because it's law and
they
it's
always
something
do
that
that.
we want, and you have to vote yes.
Yeah.
Why we should all, if we could get millions of people just going, no, not voting,
We should
not even going to pay
we should
attention
vote
to it.
on whether we should vote on the voice.
Dude, we should vote whether they get have jobs still. We should go.
voting should not
you're,
be.
You're
Voting
a fucking,
should not be compulsory.
Nah, 100% should.
Well,
I
that
agree
should
with
not
that.
be compulsory.
Totally. Yeah.
Well, you know you're not free.
Yeah.
You know you don't have a fair system if you've got compulsory voting.
also-
Like,
it's
if
the point.
anything-
It's
it's the
not
best
free,
way
is
to
it?
manipulate idiots.
I know. Yeah.
Okay, you understand
It is.
nothing.
They rely
you
on
understand
that
nothing
too.
about politics. You don't know how to fucking vote. You're gonna donkey vote for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thanks for coming. And then they fight over where they get to be on the ballot. Or they manipulate you to fucking put a tick in your fucking box. The best thing with the vote, the voice, is that if you fucking tick, so they are saying you have to
know.
write yes or
And if
no.
you tick-
if you tick, it's still a yes, and if you put a cross, it is not a no.
But do people realize that that's corrupt?
That's insane.
And why are they slanting it in their favor for yes so
Exactly.
bad?
Do you know why they are? Because they know that the majority votes are going to be fucking no.
Pretty
So
much.
if they can discount a no vote, that means they're counting a yes vote instead.
But do people not start to think that
100%.
something really bad's going on when they're being that deceptive?
No, but if you,
Like, are
I'm
you
sorry,
that much of an idiot?
if you can distinguish what a tick is, you can distinguish what a cross is.
But it doesn't matter. There's-
Unless you draw a fucking Jesus cross, then you're like, plus what? You know, like, doesn't make any sense.
But it's
But
a
if
box.
you're-
You just
they're
put something
saying
in the
if you
box.
tick
Yeah.
no,
As long as there's a pen mark in there.
yeah,
you tick
exactly.
no,
If you
it's a
color
fuck.
the box in,
Yeah, 100%.
that's a fucking no vote.
but if you
Yeah.
tick no, it's counted as a yes.
Yeah. How?
How, but that is how fucking these people think
It's fucking
everyone is
retarded.
so stupid that they can just do this. And I don't know, are we at the stage where they're just trying to show it? Like these people are done and someone's trying to show us how fucking bad they all are. before they fucking get rid of these people. It blows my mind,
Well,
man.
It's actually fucking retarded.
You can
mate.
just not
it's
vote.
the most corrupt
Cost
thing
you
ever.
$20.
Well, no, but we saw this.
I'm not
too bad.
paying it.
Well, I paid
Yeah,
it because I
I'm
was
not-
away and I didn't vote for
No,
something.
but the whole thing
I
is
think McGowan, I didn't vote for
No,
this.
but here's the thing, right? If you don't pay it and then they go, you owe us money, does it go to an ombudsman?
I don't know who goes.
If it does, I learned this recently. If any debt you have gets bought by a debt company, collection company, it's not your debt anymore.
Yeah, I know.
They bought
own
it.
They
So,
can't-
so when they
can't do
come to
anything.
you and be like, you owe us money, you'd be like, no, I don't. You bought it, you fucking idiot.
They can
Have
only
fun with
put
it.
a bad credit rating on you. That's all they can do.
Yeah.
But it's a joke, dude. This whole, did you see? Laura posted a video that was quite good, and it's a young Aboriginal guy standing there, and he's saying like, "Look at all these fucking people here, just all like, you know, none of them are Aboriginal, and they've got so much to say about what we should
Oh, yeah, I
fucking
saw that.
do."
Yeah.
and
I
he's
saw
like,
that.
and then he's like,
Yeah.
you know, and then there's all the freedom people down there protesting for human rights and for free. And he goes, the no vote and the freedom people are so closely related.
Yeah.
People just don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But, and one thing people don't realize about Aboriginals, if you look at a map of when the Aboriginals had that, it was like Europe. Like there was different countries. They didn't get along. Aboriginals also they all disagree on heaps of issues. They don't
Yeah.
think the same. They don't like each other. A lot of different. They've still got that like
Tribal mentality.
it's
Yeah.
like France versus Italians or whatever.
Yeah.
They don't think the same. They don't get along. It's the exact same with them, and they also don't like to be told by other Aboriginals,
Yeah.
as well as white people, whatever people. They don't like to be told by other Aboriginals.
Well, they were never
from another
united.
tribe to
They
be
were
like,
never
"You should
fucking
do this."
united in any way. So why the fuck would they listen to someone from a different tribe? They warred with that tribe most
And
of the
what
time.
blows my mind
it's
is
like-
why is there so many that are falling for it when they have been fucked over more than anyone? And you're believing the people that they're not even only fucked you over, they've fucked us all
This
over.
is true.
And they keep doing
Liam
it.
said there was a pro yes protest near where I live, and all of them were white. And an actual Indigenous person showed up, disagreed with them, and instantly got called an Uncle Tom. They always throw the Uncle Tom out
There
there,
you go.
pretty much straight away.
I've never heard of Uncle
It's
Tom.
saying you're a race trader.
Yeah, race
You're a
trader.
race trader. You turn on
Yeah.
your own people.
Yeah.
So white people saying
I'm
you.
sorry, white people calling an Aboriginal a race trader? Okay.
Yeah.
One thing about Aboriginals
But
is like
you're
I don't-
speaking for them. How is that not racist? You're like, they need
That's
a
true.
voice, and then one comes up and be like, this is what I have to say. Like, fuck
Shut
off,
up.
I don't want to
No,
hear
you
you.
don't need a voice. Only the people that agree with me. They're the only ones.
It's hypocrisy.
Yeah.
I don't think, a lot
It's
of them
fucking
are
disgusting.
NPCs, the people that are voting yes at these parades and stuff. I think they're well intentioned. They just don't really understand what they're even voting
But the
for.
problem, I'm sick of the well-intentioned people because these are the
well intentioned. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
being a fucking brain dead
Oh, there's
idiot is
definitely-
not well intentioned.
these are the people that brought us the lockdowns
Oh, yeah,
upon
for
us.
sure,
They
yeah.
brought the vaccine mandates because everyone's so well-intentioned. Oh, just stay in your house and vaccine passports. You're not allowed in bars. It's for your
Well,
own
I'm
good.
sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
but
sorry.
I guess the point I'm getting
well-intentioned-
at is to make them not tards. If you just give them shit, they're just going to double down.
Yeah.
So you got to and I don't even know if you can reason with those people. But
No, but
you gotta-
here's my
can't.
problem with well-intentioned people. You can have all the best intentions in the world, but if you're a fucking dickhead, you're still a dickhead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like having good intentions isn't good enough.
no.
You need to fucking know what you're talking about.
Well, when it's
if
important.
if you read the like government issued vote yes pamphlet, you're a fuckhead.
Yeah.
You're a fuckhead. Go talk to your local Aboriginal community. Talk to the Noongar people.
Ask them
if you're
if
from
they've
Perth.
ask them if they've
Talk-
been asked about
Talk to the
being
Whammy
about
people,
it.
man. Talk to the actual people who live locally, who are part of these trials, and be like, hey,
Well,
man, what do you
what-
fucking think about this? It's your voice after all. Then that person rocks up and they're like, nah, you fucking Uncle Tom or whatever slanderous term they give him.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like,
that's
you
what they're
might as well
calling
have-
that.
You might as well have said, fuck off, boom.
Have you seen that Jacinta Price video? It's worth a watch.
She's the one who's saying no, right?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
an Aboriginal, and she's like, she gave a speech about it, and like then took questions afterwards, and that all the reporters were trying to say, do you think there's any intergenerational trauma in Aboriginal communities? And she's like, nah.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my god, and then now so they're calling her and Uncle
the
Tom as well.
narrative
Yeah, and she's like, how can you say that? All these people, it's like, because she's just said it.
Yeah.
And like, she just thinks, I don't want to be a victim. I just want to fucking
Move on
and
I wanna
fucking do my
fucking move
shit.
on.
But do you think Aboriginal people want to spend their whole lives walking around getting told they're victims and getting told that,
I'll find that video.
it's like,
Look
no,
at,
they
look at
just
Jason.
want to.
We had Jason on. He's not a fucking victim. He said himself he used to have that victim mentality and he used to fuck with him. And it used to literally be like a crutch. And then he got rid of it and he started fucking turning his life around.
And also, like, there's no people try and say this and that about him. They have their own way, just like every culture does. So stop trying to tell them what they think. Did you hear millions of them asking for this? I didn't hear any Aboriginals asking to be written into the Constitution. Why would Aboriginal people want to be written into the colonial Constitution
that
that
fucked 'em.
literally did this to them?
Yeah.
Why would they want to be a part of that? And it's not
Yeah.
even the colonial one; it's the corporation's Constitution.
But even still, like, that's a very good point. But even still, if they do want to be written into it, just write them into it. Don't add all the other bullshit. This is the problem with the yes vote. It's not just that. They're selling it as this like, oh, we're just recognizing them. It's like, no, you're not. If you read the actual bill you're trying to pass, it's way fucking more than that.
And
it's giving you guys way too much fucking power to do whatever the fuck you want, pretty much. It's on the par with the fucking the Emergency Power Act that we saw during COVID.
And it removes their sovereignty because
Yes.
anyone with half a brain knows that the fucking Aboriginals are still the sovereign people.
Yes.
The fucking corporation government actually doesn't have any power over them. They're a fucking corporation. When the Aboriginals sign this treaty and become part of that corporation, they are then no longer the sovereign landowners. That's done. And the funny thing is, they stand in between us and the New World Order.
Yeah.
The Aboriginals are the only one literally stopping them from doing that.
and doing us all assaulted.
I know.
And then all the white people out there like, Uncle Tom.
Uncle Tom, vote yes. You
think
don't
this
even
is-
know
It
what
just
you
goes to-
fucking do. And
it
you're
just
going to
goes to
betray
show-
them. So they're going to
Did
get
they call
fucked.
her Auntie Tammy or something? Like, because if they called her Uncle Tom, it just goes to show how fucking delusional they are because they can't even get genders
And also,
right.
Uncle Tom was a thing that they call African Americans. It has nothing to do with Australian Aboriginals are not African Americans, are they? They're like fucking completely different. Pause that for a sec, Drew. They're like Australian Aboriginals are not African Americans. There's no correlation. They're completely different people. Uncle Tom is a thing over in America. Has nothing to fucking do with it. And they
The
start
only
calling
uncle
him
I'm
that.
aware of is Ben. Uncle Ben. He
Uncle
does
Ben.
good rice. Yeah.
Yeah, Uncle
But
Ben.
that's, yeah. I know Aunt Jemima.
All that shit, man, is just the same. Lumping it all in with one thing and just people fucking out of touch and actually being racist.
Yeah. Yeah, go back to the start.
Oh, I don't know if this is the-
government's referendum on the voice.
This might be the right one.
Australians desperately want to do the right thing for their fellow Australians, regardless of background. Many who have engaged with this proposal, hoping to find a way to help the Indigenous Australians who most need assistance, are left disappointed. They are left with the falsehoods, misleading information, and promises that can't be kept and should never have been made. The voice is flawed in its foundations. It is built on lies and an aggressive attempt to fracture our nation's founding document and divide the country built upon it. That division has now seen the No campaign branded as being base racism and sheer stupidity, when in fact, what would be racist is segmenting our nation into us and them. And you have to say, it would also be stupidity to divide a nation when it has been growing ever more cohesive. To split it along fractures of race rather than try to bring it closer together. Our most marginalised deserve better than this. They deserve the truth, the unvarnished, untainted, and yes, may be unpalatable to some people, truth. The first lie that underpins The Voice is that Indigenous Australians do not have a voice. We've been told by the Indigenous Minister for Indigenous Australians that Indigenous people do not get a say on policies or the decisions being made on our behalf.
That was hot.
I am one of 11 Indigenous voices currently in Parliament,
11?
and
Fuck.
I will not accept the lie. The rationalisation of many Indigenous voices of the Yes campaign who suggest our democratically elected voices are redundant because we belong to political parties. The patronising suggestion that we cannot focus our efforts on improving the lives of marginalised Aboriginal and Torres Strait Australians because we are simultaneously responsible for constituents of all backgrounds is unambiguously wrong and should be rejected resolutely. It is a suggestion that is offensive not only to me, but my coalition colleague, Senator Karen Little, but to all representatives that are of Indigenous heritage in federal parliament.
All right, it's going to go on for a while.
No,
Dude.
it's not. It's only fucking 2 more minutes. Let's just hear it out.
It has been argued by the advocates of The Voice that such a concept has never been undertaken before. I would argue that establishing a taxpayer-funded bureaucracy comprised of Indigenous-only representation and tasked with simply providing advice is absolutely something that has been undertaken before. The failed Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Commission, or ATSIC, was established to provide formal involvement for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people in government processes. ATSIC consisted of elected representatives that oversaw the delivery of programs, distribution of grants, loans for small enterprise and larger loans. The National Congress of Australia's First Peoples, which went into administration, was designed to be a representative voice for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. Although some of its former directors and chairs now advocate for a voice in wake of its failure, Noel Pearson once criticised it as a blackfellas wailing wall. The only difference between The Voice and organisations like these is that we are being asked by a few elites to enshrine it within our constitution without even knowing its functions or powers. Unlike the others, if The Voice fails,
Is that
we
Julie
cannot
Bishop?
simply dismantle it.
I think so. Looks
And
like
make
that.
no mistake, it is only an elite few who are asking. The claim that this is an invitation from Indigenous
The
people
fact
to
that
the
there's a
rest of
bank
Australia
logo on the front of this
is
is
the
just
second
like,
lie. The Voice
Yeah.
is
what
built
world do we
upon.
live in?
I know.
To say
Oh, we can advertise
this has
banks.
come from
We can
First Nations
advertise
people.
BlackRock and the
That
Rothschilds.
wasn't the question answer.
It wasn't the
thing.
Q&A, but
No.
it's still interesting to hear what she has to say about it, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Everything she said is like completely on point to a part of it. But the problem with this whole thing is that you've got the two parties, right? You've got Liberal and Labor, and Labor's they're good cop and bad cop. They're both in on this same thing. I'm not saying she is, but both parties are in on the same thing. So you got the lefties that have got the we love everyone people and we're such good people, and then you got the right people trying to captivate all the fucking people that don't want it, but get them over to this side so they can be branded racist,
Yeah.
they can be branded non-racist, then everyone fights. While they're actually doing something really bad in the background and no one's talking about it. Even her, it's like, why doesn't she say, let's not even vote? Everyone in Australia say, fuck you. Like, and we didn't
it's
even want
it's
this.
too far. It's gone too far. If she tells everyone not to vote, she won't have a place in. She'll just get kicked out.
Yeah, I know, but
You know,
it's
so
like, why
she's-
are we playing in their system? Why doesn't it, like, why are we playing? Why do we even let these people
I agree with
operate
it.
our,
Don't vote.
our
I
country?
probably won't. I don't think I'm going to.
No, I'm not going to vote.
No.
Fuck that.
Don't vote. Anyone that's listening.
Yeah, because you're
Just
like,
fucking-
because you're
to be honest,
playing
if-
into their system.
I understand you're playing into their system, but at the same time, if
That's
all
what
the
George
people
Carlin
who want
used to
to, no, but
say.
if all the people who don't want to vote no, don't, the yes vote will win, and then they'll have powers that'll fuck you even more.
Do you think they're not going to cheat this?
Yeah, exactly.
They don't give a fuck.
Well, no,
If
it's
they
already been
want
said.
yes,
It's
they'll-
already been said that if it doesn't pass, they're going to try it for it again, and you have to vote again. It'll just be a certain amount of time.
Do
and
these
then they'll try it
people,
again.
we
Sort of
need
like
to
the gay marriage thing, right?
Yep.
We need to
It's gonna
have
happen.
all of them
It's just a matter of
arrested.
time.
Not that I
We
have
need-
anything against gay marriage. I just have something against marriage. But anyway,
But they all need to be arrested. Everyone, but there wouldn't be many people in Parliament
No, that's a good
that
question.
shouldn't be arrested and put on trial for what they've done.
Yeah.
Like for their whole careers. Every one of them would be fucking swinging.
If we don't vote though, do we just get counted as yes? probably do.
But dude, I reckon probably
all of a sudden you had a postal vote that gets like brought in like, you know, an hour before the
Yeah.
voting finishes. They're like, oh, these postal votes have come in.
But what if millions of people didn't vote? Then they can't hide. They couldn't fake it because millions of people don't agree with this. You know, the problem is they can just go and fake it.
Yeah.
They did it in the New South Wales election, man. They got caught red-handed faking it.
Yeah.
You know, that like there's Bosie's party ran. He didn't get one vote. And he voted and his family voted for him. So he's
Yeah.
like, at least would have got one. There wasn't one.
Yeah.
And he's like, they don't give a shit. They will fucking lie. Do you think any of these people are fairly elected?
Well,
It's just
okay.
a game. It's like, it's your
that's the
turn now.
case, instead of like whinging,
at that point, like, what do you do? So,
Yeah,
so you
so-
can't,
so
you
here's
can't
what you
vote
do.
no. So then you cop the fine or you don't pay it, and then it still goes ahead. So then what do you do?
I think
need to-
you
we
think
need to
about
fire
the
them. We need-
repercussions.
Well, no, but it's not even that. Like you're talking about revolution at that point.
No,
Well,
forget
No,
that.
but you are. You want actual change. That's the only
Yeah,
thing you can do. If
peaceful
you
though.
can't,
Peaceful.
there's no such thing as
Yeah.
peaceful
No,
revolution.
no, it is.
There's
Hear me
not.
out. We are the public, right? They're the public
Yeah.
servants. We're their employers. We go, you're fired. And that's how this works because that's what you are.
Yeah, but
We're
it's not
done
going to work
with
like that.
all of you.
Dude, if you're under the premise of like, if I vote, my vote matters, and it doesn't fucking matter, when you then go, hey, I'm not happy, you need to do something about it, they're going to be like, well, fucking tough titties,
No,
cunt.
but that's what
So-
I mean. This whole idea that we don't have power, it's because everyone is brainwashed. If everyone
I understand-
decides,
I understand
we
that,
could
but
go to
what I'm s-
Parliament now, pull every single one of them out. What are they going to do?
Well, no, but this
What
is
the
what I mean,
fuck
but
are they
that's, but
gonna
that's
do?
not peaceful. That's what I'm saying. You can't do it peacefully. You can't remove someone from a building peacefully. It's got to be a little bit unpeaceful.
Well, you're going
And
to arrest them, yeah. You go
No,
get the police.
Cops, where does the cops' money come from? They're not going to go arrest
But
the
it
people that
doesn't
pay
matter.
their fucking paycheck. We pay it collectively, of
Dude,
course.
I get what you.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, unpeacefully ain't the worst thing ever if it's organised properly.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is this is the whole game.
Yeah.
Is they don't want us to ever think that we can get out of their slave system. When in reality,
We
if
can.
everyone woke the fuck up, we could do it now. We could go get the
Yeah, but
police.
it's not
go,
gonna
we're
happen.
done with these people. No,
Not even get the police.
take that attitude
Go
out.
to
of it.
Parliament House.
No, but
kill all the police there.
The reason
is
why
how
I
I'm
have
saying,
that
fuck
attitude-
peaceful. You got to do it unpeacefully. Genuinely, go there.
Yeah.
The police are on their paycheck. They try and stop you. Put a bullet in their fucking head. Walk right on through. Take the fucking politicians out of Parliament House. Pull a bullet in their fucking head and be like, "We're sitting on fucking 6 years worth of ammo. Try it, son." Fucking try it.
The reason why-
All right? And until we get what we fucking want, which is if you're in politics and we can prove corruption, you swing.
Yeah.
have
The
the
reason
death-
why it's not going to is
The
because
death penalty needs to
this
happen
has already
for
happened
politicians.
on
Politicians.
100%.
Yep.
this has already happened on
And pedophiles.
something that most people would regard as way worse than this, and that's COVID. And everyone rolled over and took
Yeah,
it
but
in the
it-
ass.
Yeah.
But,
No
there's-
one did shit.
Yeah, I
So
know.
I have no faith that anyone's
I'm
going
not,
to do anything.
whether it's going to happen or not is completely irrelevant. That's what I'm not
Do you know what we
talking
need?
about. That
We
I'm
need
saying
more
that
Europeans here because the French won't fucking stand
Nah,
for this. I
fuck
hate
no.
the French, but get
Yeah.
them here.
Yeah,
Get more
100%.
French here.
This can happen. Yeah, case in point, in England this week, right? They're scrapping the idea the councils are of the 15-minute cities
'Cause they keep
everyone's ripped down the cameras.
Yeah, there's there's actually a gang of people that go around and do it.
They've given 50,000 fines out. No one paid them.
Yeah.
That is
We
exactly
need
what
that.
I'm talking
We need that
about.
mentality.
But I know, and this is what I'm saying, because the
Yeah.
mentality, oh, it'll never happen.
No.
When you say that, you're convincing the people that want this to happen that it can't happen. You got to convince people that it can easily happen, because it can.
Well, it's
and the,
the
more
same-
people
it's
that
the
wake
same-
up, it doesn't matter if we were pussies 5 minutes
But
ago.
it's
about what we are now.
I'm
It's
not
literally
trying
the
to say
same
it can't
premise.
happen. I'm just saying that like it's
No,
it
this
can't,
is true.
It can't be
It's
peaceful,
literally
yeah.
the same. No, I don't think so either. It literally is the same premise as Robin Hood. We need to be fucked harder than we are now before anyone will do anything, and you need someone who's a polarizing figure to lead it.
Yeah.
That's all that has to happen.
We don't need a
So
violent
what you're
revolution.
saying is we should all move bush.
Yeah. Start robbing from the rich.
Get all the Aboriginals together. Be like, we're all working together now. Get all the
Yeah.
fucking hillbillies together, all the white hicks, and be like, this is happening. We're
Yeah.
doing this. And
Yeah.
when they come for our farm, we'll kill them and then we'll move.
Yeah.
Man, it's so simple to me. You just stop complying, and the biggest way to do this is keep talking to people. Because even in the last 3 years, I've noticed so much the consciousness shift and the
because of the
mentality
COVID thing,
shift.
It's
right?
like Corey White
but
said,
it's
right?
still good. It's still
Yeah.
good.
The
You can still
migrating-
get your coffee in the
whatever you
morning.
call it.
You've got a good
Dude,
job.
it's not.
You've got, no, I know that. But
people
people's-
can't afford
it's
groceries.
not bad enough. It's
People
not
are
bad
living
enough.
in. I know.
It has to get worse.
But dude, it doesn't have to get worse.
It does.
You just have to convince people.
Yeah,
and
but you're not going to be able
you
to.
don't. You don't need.
COVID
that,
happened.
you don't need that many people.
Well, what's the percentage?
You need
15%.
every.
I don't think
It's
convincing-
15% of the
I
population.
You know
don't,
what,
I don't
America-
think convincing people is the problem here. I just think it's orchestrating it. That's the problem. Because you're asking
Which
people to
why you
make
need
a
the figure.
sacrifice.
You know
you
what
need
I-
the guy that stands up who might be a politician.
I
even.
think I do believe in the idea of not necessarily a martyr, but like someone who can be martyred in that sense.
Yeah.
You need like someone like Bozy, who's like, I'm
but he-
going to take the bullet and I'm going to fucking take all the risk.
He's
And
the
if
bloke
I
we
can-
need, for sure.
You,
He's the
like,
bloke
never
that
get
you
there,
literally
though.
need a Jesus
People
figure.
think he's a
You need
right-wing
Jesus figure.
extremist.
It doesn't matter, man.
It does matter because people, you have to change people's opinions, and it won't happen.
It doesn't matter what you think. It's about trying to change the mindset of people.
Yeah.
If you tell people this can't happen,
But,
even
but,
just
but
even
you're
just
going
by
from such a
saying
logical way of thinking and doing it, and that doesn't work.
No, but even
if
just-
you want people to listen, get fucking, I don't know, bloody anyone, Nicole Kidman or some shit to start saying.
But that's
they're
not even
retards.
Dude,
the only way you convince retards to do the things that should be done is
you
shove
don't
a
need the
personality there.
retards, bro. You don't.
Well, okay.
Honestly, there's what we've got now.
But
We've
there's
got
more
maybe
retards than we know.
50% NPCs. We've got maybe like I don't know 40. Actually, maybe not. We've got 40% of Australia maybe awake or getting there. There's a
reckon?
big percentage
40%.
in the middle that are on the fence that are
I
starting
don't think
to.
it's 40%.
I reckon it probably is. In reality, there was 3 million people that went to fucking Canberra, man. There's heaps. It's
Well,
just that they
that's
try and
25. What's that?
And that-
That's like 15%.
That's not all the people.
10.
We weren't there. There's heaps of people.
No,
that
well,
weren't.
in Melbourne. But if you tallied up everyone in Australia,
If you can work out the percentage for the state, you should be able to work out
but
the
Melbourne
percentage total.
was probably worse because they were locked down for so long.
But,
so they went harder.
No,
Yeah,
but
yeah, it's
I
like
mean,
you-
if you can work out the percentage from each state and then take
Oh.
a mean average based off that, you can figure out the percentage.
You only need a small amount of people, right? Because
What's 15%? There's an
there-
actual formula for
We're
this.
never going to get the NPCs. They're done. They're literally cooked. You're never getting them. It's the fence sitters that you'll get, and you only need it. Like what every
But there's two-
revolution.
there's
It's not even the
things.
fence sitters; it's the people who stay silent.
But there's two
it's people who
things.
think the same way, but they know
Yeah.
that they're like, I'm complying because if I don't, I'm fucked. Sort of thing, but
there's
they still
the
think the
fence
same.
There's
sitters
also
still need to be
fence sitters
informed.
that are starting to come. They're the only ones you can get.
But they need
that
to
are
be
gonna
informed
wake up.
because you'll talk to someone tomorrow and there'll be a critical thinker. They won't even know about any of this shit. They'll be like, "What? The voice is what?" Like they're just like, "I was just going to go vote."
But
Like,
that's because you got like they're still listening to the propaganda on the TV.
still believe
It's
that a
hard to beat the-
polarizing figure is very crucial
Yeah,
to
it
the
is.
implement of something like that.
Because that's how it's
you
always
have,
happened.
If you have someone like Martin Luther King, that sort of figure, who can rally the people and be like, we will fuck your shit up if you don't fucking listen to what we have to say, they'll make it happen, man.
I think it's still too, even though things do suck, People are still living too comfortably for anything for them to care, for it to change.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're going to bring COVID back. They're doing it.
Sure.
Yeah,
I don't know how
100%,
that will go. That's a
100%.
different thing, though. I think a lot of people, even NPCs, will be like, I'm not doing this.
End of the day, we all want the same thing here.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's not going to be peaceful, and it needs a head. The snake needs a head.
The thing is, you know what America did to basically win the war against England? They basically just decided that they were going to write a constitution. They didn't have the authority to do it.
Yeah,
they just went and fucking did it, and
there
then
was
said,
multiple people
Yeah.
who were like, this is this idea that we have, and the people were like, fuck yeah, we can get behind that. That's exactly what you need. You need
That's
a few
true.
figures to come together and go, here's an idea.
But
and then it's
yeah.
look, this
can't be
is a
someone-
terrible example, but look at how Hitler rose. Yeah, honestly,
Hitler. That's all we need.
You need a Hitler. You need someone who can rally the people. Doesn't matter what the idea is. You just need something for people to get behind. Look how passionate this guy is about
That's
this
true,
topic.
and he was
I
a very
fucking
good
get it.
speaker.
I fuck this. This is making me
That's what
think.
you need. You need
know what?
someone that's
I do
really
hate
good at
the
public
Jews.
speaking.
I fucking hate the Jews. But in our
Well,
case, the Jews are
it's like-
politicians.
It's like Trump.
Yeah.
You know?
Like Trump, yeah.
But also, that's what
but none of our politicians have the fucking balls.
No,
That's
'cause
it.
they're-
We've
and
got,
they're
we've
shit
got
speakers as
Bozy,
well.
man.
Yeah, well,
Bozy's an
Bozy-
epic speaker.
He is good.
I don't think you guys realize how big his Australia one is.
Well, this
man.
is why I used him as
Yeah.
an example. I
Yeah,
literally
you
did say, I was like,
But-
Bozy is the perfect guy.
It's
for
just
this.
that what,
Maybe.
he gets demonetized
Oh, yeah,
more
for
than
sure.
anyone
Fucking oath.
because they're trying to stop him. He gets like he goes in an election, it gets rigged. They try and arrest fucking Dave Graham.
Yeah, yeah.
They go hard against them. Those people are getting more hits on their channels than the fucking news is getting at night.
Yeah.
The Australia one's created, if you actually look into it, they've created basically a political system that can replace our whole government because they're training people, but through people stepping up off their own back, out of the community, anyone, and actually going for it. And
Yeah.
now every state has a massive group of people that are basically training. This is what they're saying for the new Australia when we
Yeah.
fuck these people off to
But
come
that's
in
what
and we
you
get
need.
it. We go have a constitutional convention just
Yeah.
like they did when in America when they kicked out the fucking
Well, this is
bombs.
exactly right. So this is what I'm saying. Like, someone like that is perfect, and then you create these little pockets, right? And all these pockets go, we're not fucking standing for this, and they all, work together, come to this idea, and then eventually it's sort of like, all right, on this date, we're fucking pulling the pin, and we're going to go for it.
Yeah.
And we're going to fucking sort this shit out. And that thing ain't going to be peaceful. Because
Well-
if you think our government, whatever you want to call them,
Yeah, it's true.
is going to fucking just bend over,
Nope.
fucking
But I'm not
forget
saying
about
it is or it isn't. I'm saying it can because there's like 4 of them and they're pussies. That they would shit their pants if a
Yeah,
group.
but they don't have to stand there with a gun themselves. They send in.
But-
they send in the police. They send in the army.
But like,
They-
what's
yeah,
the police
exactly.
going to do when 1 million of us take to the streets in each city? They're fucking done.
Oh yeah, they're
Well,
done. And the
but
best
the
thing is that
better
the
idea
military,
is to
being
get them
the
on your
patriots,
side.
the military being
The
the patriots
military
will
will
turn
be on
faster
our
than the
side.
cops.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. But so you need that person that everyone can respect and like and
Yeah.
leads the way.
Bozy's here this weekend. There's a big rally on in the city apparently
on the weekend?
on Saturday and
A rally
and
for what?
like a freedom rally. Apparently, like an Australia-wide
Oh, I
one.
didn't know.
He's come here
Well,
speaking.
why don't
at
we
it.
go?
Yeah,
When is it?
I'm going away this weekend. It's
Yeah.
my birthday.
Oh, it's a long weekend.
Is
Oh,
it?
it's
And it's
your
my birthday too.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. The king has decided to have his birthday holiday right around my birthday, which is awesome.
Oh, did this?
And
Oh, is that what it
Did
is?
this date change?
Yeah, so
because it's the
well,
king's birthday.
Well, we
Yeah.
never had a fucking public holiday. So my
No, it's the
birthday
Queen's.
has always fallen on the grand final weekend. And then when they added GWS and some other fucking team to the AFL, they pushed it back by a week because they needed an extra week of rounds before
Yeah, yeah,
finals. So finals always used to be end of September,
week of September,
and then
yeah.
they were the first week of October.
Is it?
Yeah, well, it is, but because
Yeah.
of the King's birthday, they've now brought in this long weekend, which is the week before finals footy, which is awesome for me because as long as the King stays, I hope he stays alive forever. I hope he gets adrenochrome.
Well, how fucking old is
I
he?
hope he stem cell, like all
definitely has
of it.
adrenochrome.
No, like I hope he lives forever.
Yeah.
Honestly, because public holiday on my birthday, say less.
Yeah,
I'm there
it's
for
pretty
it.
That's
epic,
pretty
eh?
good.
Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. My birthday's a Sunday too, so normally you're like, fucking shit house. I can't even do anything, and now I'm like,
Yeah.
yes.
Where you going?
I'm gonna go down south to Collie. The dams there.
Collie.
I love the fucking Wellington Dam, man. It's cool as it's massive. You can find a spot and just camp up for the weekend, light a fire, cook steaks on a fire. They have a nice smoky taste. It's fucking delicious. Speaking of
Sounds right.
fucking the cost of things though,
Yeah.
dude, we shopped for 2 days, $140.
Yeah, it's a joke. Dude, one meal cost me about $90 now.
'Cause
Just
I-
to buy a meal, like
Where?
a roast and some things to go with it, and maybe like
Yeah, yeah.
milk and a couple of
Jesus
things. It's
Christ.
like
Well, you buy a
$90.
few things on the side. Like, I ran out of rosemary or a few spices. I'll get a couple spices. Maybe run out of olive oil.
Yeah.
you know, it's never just the thing.
Some
It's always a
vegetables, some
little bit of-
It does
It's
still
just
catch you off
cooking.
guard though, eh? Like
We
every
got-
time
we got
you
two
get to
porterhouse
the register,
steaks.
you're like, hold on a second, what?
I
Why
got
is it
like
that
half
much?
a bag here.
Yeah.
Well, we took away 3 bags, so it's a
yeah.
decent amount of food. But I was also like, we had a lot of mixes and shit. But we got 6 eggs, some bacon for like brekkie. We got 2 porterhouse steaks and then a bunch of sizzling steaks to make steak sandwiches with. Bunch of other bits and pieces here and there, like deodorant, but nothing crazy. It wasn't the biggest shop I've ever done. It was $140, man. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, that's fucking outrageous.
It's actually outrageous, man. Like
Yeah, it's pretty
to the
fucked.
to the point where like you're better off fucking finding a mate who's got a farm and being like, next time you kill a cow, fucking let me know. I'll pay you
Yeah.
whatever. Just get a fucking
We
chest
should-
freezer and just fucking
we should just
freeze
go
your
hunting
meat.
and actually just
Wait,
kill a
dude,
bunch of
100%,
speaking of that, we were
man.
meant to be going this
Yeah.
weekend
You wanna
down
go?
with Roscoe.
Okay.
He wants us down for the weekend.
Rax
Where you
here?
going?
And then go winery tour on Sunday. Just Marks.
Yeah.
Will you be down Monday?
Yeah, well that'll be
probably
the
come
day we
back.
come back. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about yeah, because I think Jess want to come back Sunday, but I could convince her for another night.
Well, yeah,
It's my birthday.
Come
So-
shooting, man.
Dude,
Well,
come-
we're already in Collie. We'll
Come
be in
shooting.
Collie. So it's
Dude,
a
if
fucking
you're in
hour.
Collie, because we'll shoot on Saturday, and then Sunday we'll do the winery tour. It'll be
yeah.
your birthday. That'll be
Yeah,
killer.
man.
Or
Yeah,
that-
100%.
Yeah, because Ross was talking about it. We'll go around, drink wine, we'll fucking get hammered, and then
Well, you know
go
what you
out
should
Saturday-
do?
Sunday night.
Yeah. Reverse them, but so we can go shoot. So I can
He
go
wants-
shooting.
wants to shoot. That's what I was thinking.
Well, we can go shooting
is
and
Rax
come
coming?
early,
Yeah,
go
we'll
shooting in the morning.
Is Rax coming or not?
We'll put some ears
No,
on
he's
not.
Jess and then we'll tase him and be like, run. And then-
Yeah, do it, bro. That'll be killer.
yeah.
Give it a like 5-minute head start or something.
5?
Oh, like 2.
1. We don't want
Roscoe's
her
got-
running over the valley and then we've got to actually like track her down. Then we're
that's
fucked.
true.
Then I'm out of a girlfriend. I don't even get to shoot her. What's
That's the
the
problem.
point?
Can we do the list? Because we're fucking already.
Oh, I
over.
can bring my other rifle. I've got a bunch of rifles.
yeah.
I can bring
Ross
my
has
other
got
hunter. Yeah, Ross has
Yeah.
got 2 hunting rifles. I've got 2 hunting
let me
rifles.
talk to let me talk to Jess first because she was very keen on coming back on Sunday, but I'm gonna be like,
Just
bitch.
get her to come and shoot as well.
Bro,
She'd
it's a
fucking
long
enjoy it.
weekend. We could go Sunday. We could do a winery tour.
Oh, bro,
Dude,
bro.
we get smashed and talk about Paddy Persuasive.
Say less, bro.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Josh will
And we
even.
can make her drive because it's my birthday.
Yes.
Oh, you know
It's
what we can
happening.
do as well?
It's fucking happening.
You know,
Jess, if you're listening, fucking strap your
It's
big boy boots on,
happening,
you know what we
Jess.
can do as well, which both of you are going to be hell keen on.
What?
Rock climbing.
Yeah, sick.
Oh, for fuck's
See his
sake.
face.
Why'd you have to bring that up and ruin our excitement?
You know what? You
Fucking
can go
hell,
rock
dude.
climbing and we'll go hunt Jess. How about that?
Hey, no. You go rock climbing and we'll stand at the bottom and hunt you. Like,
You were saying that last time. Shooting at me while I'm
Hey, to
climbing
be
up.
honest,
I
you'll
think it was
climb a lot faster. yeah.
Terms that need to go. Oh, what was the term?
Trumpian.
Trumpian.
Yes.
Champions
What
and
about just the word yes?
What about
Right, yes.
what about voice? As a
The
term that
voice.
is-
Yeah, that can go.
The voice.
Terms that need to go, yeah. Terms that need to come back.
Bigot.
I better
Put
check
bigot on.
comments.
Yeah, bigot.
Bigot is the most pathetic insult. Oh, you're a
Yeah.
bigot. Yep.
You know
I
what?
don't care what
Do
you
you know what
think.
sounds better as an insult and has almost all the same letters, bar 2? Faggot.
Yeah, faggot.
Way better.
Faggot is actually
Change the B in the I for an F and an A, and you got a proper
bigot
word.
is so non-offense. Oh, you're a bigot. It's like the thing is, the people that say that to you, they don't realize. I don't respect you, and I don't care what you think because you're a fucking loser. Like,
like-
for
yeah.
nothing you say.
It's an
that offends me.
NPC word for sure.
Yeah.
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 It's like obnoxious. Someone called me obnoxious the other day, and I was like, yeah.
Yes.
And they're like,
That is my intention.
well, and they're like, well, how do you feel about that? And I was like, well, you're trying to offend me, but I'm self-aware.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm obnoxious.
Yeah.
It's fine. I said, also, what you probably don't know about is I'm the most modest person you'll ever meet in my life. So, in your life.
Isn't that funny? Someone says that. It's like, I literally enjoy being that way. I do it for a laugh.
Yeah.
No,
I've got a podcast. Have you heard it?
yeah. Have you seen me before?
Hey, I'm a tradie who talks shit 24/7. What's
Yeah,
the problem?
It's what we do.
You know what I do? I fuck up shit left, right, and center, and then tell everyone else that they're bad and they're fucking up my day.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. You heard of gaslighting? Best thing ever.
We got terms that need to come back. Oh, we got some.
We got some
Uncle
comments.
Tom
Uncle
can
Tom,
go.
that's definitely
Oh,
gone.
so-
Yeah, that's gone for sure.
I
Terms
just
that need to
love,
come
I
back.
love the idea of calling a chick Uncle Tom. That just goes to show how the left have just zero idea of what gender is or anything. It's fluid. It's like, well, uncle isn't fluid, you fuckwit.
Uncle Trans.
The left have become a parody.
If
of
you're a
themselves.
woman,
They're a
you
joke.
physically cannot be an uncle.
Yeah.
Weird how that works.
I guess it fits in with
She's
their
an
narrative.
uncle. You're an idiot.
It
Who's
fits
the legend?
in with their narrative, though, that men can be women and women.
Legends list, we actually have on Connolly Primary School on the Legends list for,
Oh, yeah.
for
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
that dads who are
Can we put
struggling should
Corey-
kill themselves.
Can we put Corey White on there?
Yeah,
for
put Corey
fucking-
Yeah,
White.
definitely.
for offending people.
Chuck just into
Well, Corey
Bryce on-
White for
Yeah,
just
just into Bryce. Yep, that's a good.
Corey
idea.
White for just not being a fucking spineless cock.
Yeah,
Like this isn't the first time this has happened. People seem to not want to fucking get around him,
Corey's
which I
a
don't
legend.
understand. He's a fucking champion.
Yeah.
I
He's
think-
a fucking good dude.
Yeah.
He's funny as fuck, and he's smarter than all three of us put together.
Yeah, I like
I think
Corey.
Bozy is
Fucking
already on the
legend.
Legends list, but you can chuck him on. Yes.
Jacinta Price is on there.
What else we got? Then we got Extinction. What can go extinct?
The Voice.
The Voice. Yeah.
The Australian government is probably already on there, but Albo.
Methamphetamine, whatever their name was.
Babies.
Methamphetamine babies.
It was methamphetamine rules.
rules. Sorry.
I don't know. I want to put the chick who did that on the kill yourself list
Yeah.
more than
Yeah,
the
that's
other.
true.
Yeah. What
She
was
should
her
kill
name?
herself.
Can you pull the article up real quick? Because she does deserve that. Like, I get it. You're trying to prove a point, but like, don't ruin a child's life in the process. Like, I understand you can
Kirsten
change it.
Drysdale.
Yeah, I know. You're literally just trying to blow yourself up so you can get fucking famous. That's all you're doing.
It's fucking
You're a
pathetic,
whore.
man.
Yeah.
It's actually
Extinction
pathetic.
list, El
And you're
Nino.
like, look how bad our government is. They don't even fucking do this. It's like, hey, you're on their fucking payroll, you dickhead.
Yeah.
Like, you work for the ABC.
yeah,
Shut the fuck up. You're in their back pocket, you dumb cunt.
You're a mouthpiece.
Yeah.
You're a fucking
Well, we
puppet.
haven't had
Yeah.
El
What's it-
Nino
dude,
yet, but it's coming.
Who said that? Because
I don't know his name.
Man,
so
it-
El Nino, is he talking about the band?
dude, no,
it's the weather
dude. So they've been. I don't know if you guys
Courteous.
have seen it, but I noticed this today. It just the news in the last week. El Nino's coming. We're gonna have El Nino. People
Oh, is
don't-
it a new hurricane or?
It's
No,
the-
it's just a weather pattern
It's because they're
series.
telling us we're gonna have fires, dude. This is how
Yeah,
they
that's true.
manipulate. Put it in
Well,
your
no,
mind.
but it is true. We are actually having one. We haven't had one for 7 years.
Yeah, I know, but they
Yeah.
do this because
Do you
they,
know how
they
we wouldn't have
decided.
fires?
Not fires. The weather system.
Oh, okay.
But
the way that
dude,
we-
what I'm saying, did you look at on the front cover? It's like El Nino's coming with a
There'll be
big picture
fires.
of a fire because
Yeah,
they're
so-
programming you to
so
be
hang
like,
on.
we're going
have
to
you
light
seen when
fire.
they do the weather on the news and they make everything super red? So it's
Yeah.
like it's burning. We're
It's
all going to die.
programmed. It's
hell
psychological
programming it.
warfare, man.
I'm telling you now, if we just did scheduled fucking burns properly, like every fucking 2 to 3 years, 4 is a better average, but not better, but is a traditional average. My uncle, I've talked about this. My
Yeah,
uncle
yeah.
did the fucking studies on this shit. If we did a proper fucking burn every 2 to 3 years and the city folks would just shut the fuck up about the smoke and get over it, this would
Dude,
never be a problem.
It's not even the
No, it's
people
true.
complaining. They do. It's same in California. They do it because they want the fires
I
because they can push
understand,
the
yeah.
narrative of climate change.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's such a simple fucking
Yeah, it is.
solution.
It
It
is.
is
Yourself
so.
this?
It's brain dead savages figured it out. That's how simple it is.
Yeah, it is the most simple thing ever.
Spear chucking retards figured it out. Couldn't invent the wheel. Figured out how to fucking deal with bushfires.
It's fucking pretty obvious. Well,
Just fucking look into
well,
it.
why
like-
do they have burning off? Because
I don't know.
it
because
works.
they understand the environment that they're in. They have to come back and hunt through these areas at some point. They burn off because it's easier to walk through a forest that's been burnt off. It's quieter to hunt in a forest that doesn't have fucking
I'll
all
tell you
this
what-
shit that you can step on. It also, when there is a bushfire, it doesn't decimate everyone within a fucking 100-kilometer radius.
I'll tell you what.
Duh.
They don't need to burn off in Maui, do they?
There's nothing to burn off.
Yeah, and
You can't. Oi, light a fire in Maui.
Yeah.
I'll pay you.
Yeah.
I'll fucking pay you.
Wait, and how we
Anyone who's been to rainforest territory, fires not a fucking problem.
They
Nah, it's
do
definitely
not.
not.
They don't work.
They don't exist.
What is there to
Oh,
catch
you know where
fire?
there does get fires
The lush
in
green-
tropical places.
It's too wet.
Volcanoes.
Where-
It's
Volcanoes.
too wet.
Yes. Nah, the
No,
beaches.
no, it's a rainforest.
the beaches.
Yeah,
man.
it's in the
beaches.
fucking name.
because of all the trash. The trash builds up, and then when it's hot,
so you're talking about India.
yeah,
And Bali.
Indonesia, yeah, any of the fucking places. Also, we've got to plug our sponsors, Blue Food Dye, and steroids. So
Oh,
thanks,
that's not even
steroids
a-
and Blue Food Dye.
Have we got the That's Gay list going up yet?
Oh, I
The
can do
voice.
it. Just
the
remind
voice.
me.
That's gay.
That is gay.
I need a voice. Shut up.
Yeah.
You're born with one.
Yeah.
What do we need to vote on it
No,
for?
and that's a fucking great fucking comeback. You're born with one.
You're
'cause
literally
fucking
born
are,
with it,
yeah.
and you develop it over your fucking infant years. And you learn to say goo goo gaga, and then eventually faggot comes out, and like you're a poofter, homo,
Whore.
slut. Yeah.
Wait, why is it all the?
This is because
All the best
you
words.
guys are just hanging on gay men to just hanging on women.
Anyway, let's swap over to Patreon.
Hang on, go to the comments real quick because there was a few suggestions there. We
Yeah,
did
yeah,
get in there.
I got them, yeah.
Bozy for the Legends list. He's been
Yeah.
on there a billion
Yeah,
times,
billion
but
times, yeah.
he's back on there. All right.
Yeah, sweet. All right, sweet. We're
Not
going.
many kill
we're crossing
yourself
over.
this week. That's a
Well, we
shame.
got no one.
Elbow on the kill
Elbow.
yourself. This. He's a
Yeah.
fucking idiot.
Fair enough.
My favourite thing was Albo come up and cry.
Yeah. Oh no.
The Aboriginal people, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you don't want to see
What?
any
How
politician do that shit.
How come you have seen no Aboriginal? There's been like none of them are speaking on this. It's like Elbow and a bunch of old white grandmas walking around the suburbs.
Yeah.
They're literally the people I've seen talk that are promoting this shit. And Rio Tinto.
Albo just looks like Harry Potter grown up. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah,
it.
he's like,
No, but
Is there anything-
he's got the stupid circular glasses. Like, excuse me, hi guys, I'm just here to speak to the. sorry. Oh, I dropped my papers. I'm here to speak to the public, guys. Just
dude,
we
have
need-
you seen? We should play it on the net, but Pauline Hanson's new episode, ripping on the voice.
Oh yeah, it's pretty
Oh,
good.
bro,
Oh,
it's
Patreon.
fucking-
We're going
Patreon,
over. We're
We'll
going
switch
over.
You need just like strong dudes in politics again, like not
or
these-
strong flaps, it would appear. She's got the strongest dick amongst all the fucking dudes in politics.
Yeah, just need strong dudes. That's all. Just go right. We're enforcing stezers for everyone.
They need to hit a
Paul
step.
Every
Hanson,
single
they're
person.
just fucking just like, yes.
Right, we're switching over. See you next week.